The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, we talk streaming with Lycan of Light.
Shall we play a game?
You got several things to do.
7 things.
You got work, kids in school. What do you do when it's all over?
How do you hand something from one player to another?
Dark soul glide. Turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the Nude Clan.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan. I am Joe.
I'm Caleb Craig.
Cameron.
Caleb Schweiss.
And today, we're going to have our very first interview. And I'm excited. And this was done with a friend of the show who let me warm up on interviews with him. He's a streaming friend of ours, Lycan of Light. You might know him, especially if you follow us on Twitter. There's a lot of Twitter stuff going back and forth between us. So, anyways, enjoy that. We're going to talk about streaming, kind of his philosophy on streaming, how like our show can improve our streaming, all that stuff.
I'll skip that part.
All that stuff is in there. So we're pretty excited about that. But before we get to that, what has everyone been playing?
Oh, quite a few RPGs for me. I've been playing Dragon Quest V, Monster Hunter World, and...
Is that really an RPG?
Kind of. It has a lot of elements of it, but you don't actually like have levels and gain stats. But other than that, there's like a lot of loot and shit. So it's like half RPG, I guess. And then there's Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne that I just started.
Why does that sound really familiar?
Because it's a game that we should have been playing like a year ago.
We should
And also
have been
because
playing
it's
a year
technically
ago.
a part of the series that like Persona is part of. Like it's the Shin Megami Tensei series, and then like there's like offshoots like Persona.
Persona's an offshoot of another series?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
And then like Digital Devil Saga and Devil Summoner.
That sounds
Those
really
are all-
lame.
Yeah, all the other ones sound lame.
Yeah. And then,
Shin Megami
and then there's
Tensei
Nocturne.
sounds mysterious, and
Well,
Persona
it's
sounds
its own
cool.
series, and then there's like a lot of offshoots.
But Devil Driver or whatever the fuck.
Digital Devil Saga.
That
That
sucks
sounds
too,
really
but
stupid.
oh boy. All right, so a ton of RPG playing for you. So no life,
Yep.
no job.
Well, I have a job,
Okay.
but it's like outside that.
I don't know how you can play so many RPGs, dude. I don't know.
Well, I have to. Those are the ones I have to play.
You definitely don't have to. You only have to play the game you have to play for Nude Clan and for Puff Puff Hour.
Which is 2 of those, and then the other one is a game that was gifted to us, which Schweiss and I said that we would play.
Okay, all right.
So 3 I have to do.
I retracted my statement on that. I said I paid for it because I had to pay the tax.
Fucking like what, 30 cents?
Doesn't matter. It wasn't quite 30 cents, but it doesn't matter. It was 29 cents for the tax, and I had a $5 gift card or $10. I still bought it.
Wow.
You don't pay for gifts, Caleb.
Whatever, Schweiss. Whatever.
Cameron.
So I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter World, which is an action role-playing game. I just looked it up. Action RPG. So, and then I've also played like a second of Fortnite, and I've also played an hour and a half of Digimon.
How's that going?
Hacker's Memory.
How's that going?
Cyber Sleuth.
How's that going? I'm not going to fucking mention that game today, except for
Just now.
what I have to.
So far, it just feels like I'm watching and slightly interacting with the child's TV show. That was made with poor, just the whole art design, everything was just made by someone who didn't really want to make a child show.
What?
It's very empty, very empty and cold feeling.
So,
Wait, you're saying there's not much in this game?
There's not much in this game.
Not much visually, at the very least, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll set up a scene like you're about to see some character interaction, and then the screen will dim.
Yeah,
and
and
then
then
the characters will come from the
Pop-up
side.
characters to have like fake
Like,
interaction.
we
in
didn't
front of
want to
you. Yeah.
animate it here.
do you see what I'm saying? Like the guy looks like he just saw his mom's tits, like at every moment, because he's got that like surprised, like deer in the headlights look. And
Yeah.
then wait, have you seen him do his little tiny smile yet? Where
Yep.
he's like, that's what he
Or
likes.
he's
the
like
tits.
this visual thing on this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, where he like curls his lips
Where he,
up
like,
like
does this?
super tiny. He makes
And then
his
he
lips
does
real
this?
small. You just can't handle silence. That's why you talk all the time. But no, have you seen that though? The little tiny smile.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
disturbing.
Where he, like, scratches his face.
I think they have like
Yeah.
a set amount of animations that they've done, and they've only done a set amount
Saying
of
they have
animations.
and they have limitations here.
And they'll decide, okay,
PlayStation
for
2
this
compatible.
for this interaction, have them do this set of animations, and then for this interaction, have them do that set of animations, and we'll mix and match as we go along.
Oh yeah, that's how they used to make games on the PS1.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said,
This
it's the
definitely looks
PS1
like
port.
a PlayStation 2 game.
It looks like an HD remaster of a PS2 game.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. People who say, you don't know what a PS2 looks like, fuck you. It looks like an HD remaster of a PS2 game.
I always compare this like to the Spider-Man games on PlayStation 2 where everything's like very gray, same texture and empty. And to me, Spider-Man games have always just felt kind of depressing because they're just so empty and just static. And I have the same feeling from this game. I haven't played any modern
an odd
Spider-Man
comparison.
games. Hey, the majority of
Spider-Man
PlayStation
and
2...
then
I would call it a
Digimon.
Final Fantasy X, but all the good cutscenes taken out, all the
just call
beautiful
it Final Fantasy X.
areas taken out for some blandness, and then the
Digibland.
battle system with shitty music. Yeah, actually, there's not much to compare them except that it's an RPG and you just kind of walk around in a very kind of strict area. God, it's a shitty game. That game I'm not mentioning this week because people are being little pussies on Twitter and on fucking Messenger on PSN.
And I'm a little surprised you said pussies. You're so like anti.
puss.
Yeah, it's anti-puss.
That's an odd statement.
Very anti-puss face and very anti-puss.
Joe's
Just
not
in
gay. He's
general.
just anti-puss.
Yeah, I'm not gay. You don't have to like dick to be
To
anti-puss.
be fair, the puss is repelled by me, not from me. Okay, on its own accord.
Yeah, has nothing
Yeah.
to do with me.
I had two people saying I should just leave the shows. I had a whole bunch of people getting all butthurt over fucking UFF.
Oh, not being weekly in a
Not
year?
being weekly
Yeah.
anymore in a year.
A year
It's not
and
going to
3
be
months.
weekly. You got a heads up. Jesus Christ! I'm like,
Seriously, a year and
ending it
3
right
months
now.
away.
God damn it! Everybody this week, guys, stop being stop. It's okay.
Stop
God,
being stop.
stop. What have you been playing, Schweitz?
I put like, I don't know, 5-6 hours into Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2. And I put probably about that much into Digimon Cyber Sleuth as well. And honestly, probably close to that in Rocksmith. I started playing that again because I want to learn how to play the guitar. But really, I just want to learn songs that I like, which
Well-
is not going to happen unless I learn how to play the guitar, I do believe.
Okay, go ahead.
But I've been playing a little bit each day after work. I bought the Godsmack song pack. It's fucking awesome. Got some I Standalone, some Voodoo, some Crying Like a Bitch. Yeah.
I like that song.
Awake. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. And, the ultimate Godsmack song, I Stand Alone, which is
Is
the
it
one I can play the best.
is it official that I cannot get Whiskey Hangover on a CD?
I think you can get it on a...
Their newest greatest hits CD, maybe.
Do they have a new one?
I think they did.
If they do, it has to be on there, because that's like the ultimate song.
I might have to just get that for that song to play in a car that doesn't have Bluetooth.
Yeah, 'cause
There's a
they had
lot of reasons to get this one thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great song.
God, Whiskey Hangover. I can't believe that wasn't on the fucking thing. When I hear Crying Like a Bitch, I'm reminded that Whiskey Hangover is not on the same album.
Yeah, it's like the ultimate single too. It was perfect.
Yes. God damn it.
It's it should be Fireball Whiskey Hangover though.
Fireball whiskey hangover.
Why do you say that?
Because I love Fireball.
Yeah, I
It's
bet
good.
you do.
I haven't
Last
had a
time-
hangover from it though.
Last time I got drunk off Fireball, I decided no more Fireball.
Me too.
Oh wait, no, I did. I totally had a fucking hangover because we had a lot of Fireball that day.
We had a lot of Fireball. that day.
It wasn't watching Tusk with the like 8
No.
with the 8 Bud Light limes and I had to
No,
lay
no,
on
no,
the
no.
floor
That was all
because I was
you.
going to throw up. Those were not good. There was something wrong with that Bud Light lime. I was ill.
No.
I was
That was
ill.
all. That was all you, all alone.
I might have had a lot though. I don't think it was that much though. Like 13ish probably, which is like kind of a lot, but not like lay on the floor and think about killing yourself.
No,
Like,
it's just beer.
that's like 30. 30 is you might want to just kill yourself now instead of slowly dying over the course of the next 6 hours, but not 12.
Or 20 years while you get liver
Yeah.
diseases. Yeah.
But yeah, I played a bunch of that and Digimon. So Digimon, those 3 games, and
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the Rocksmith. I'm glad I got back into it. I just suck at guitar.
Do you feel like you're improving at all? Are you doing just the songs? Are you doing any of the lessons?
I'm
that it
trying to
does?
do the hammer-on lesson, but I just can't do it. I think I'm going to have to like sit there and just do strumming, front and back picking like each of the strings over and over again until I can do the hammer-on one because I can't get my fingers to move the right way.
There's a very simple block exercise that if you do it every time you pick up the guitar, you will become very quickly better at the guitar.
Is it the one you told me to do that one time? where I
It's just
to do
1, 2, 3, 4
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
frets, and then the next string 1, 2, 3, 4, and you keep the fingers held down, and then you do the opposite where you pull them off 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I need to do that because
It's easy.
I think that'll help.
It's an easy exercise to do, and all you're doing is just like training your hands.
You're
to do
programming your hands and your brain
Yeah.
to know where they are.
that. You
on
do
the
have to
guitar.
have the discipline of doing that like every day for a while.
Which will be fine because I seriously sat there and like I did like an hour and a half of Rocksmith, and then I just sat there and like did the I Stand Alone little like intro riff for like an hour, just like sitting there. I probably should have been playing the game and doing it to see if I was doing it right, but the game sometimes doesn't know if I'm doing it right anyway.
I
so-
can't find
Exploration's
my,
a good thing to help you learn guitar.
can't find my cable anymore for my guitar to plug into my PlayStation. I don't know where that went.
You should get the Godsmack because it makes you feel good about yourself. It's really fucking easy. Because like it's just like a bunch of notes. So like
Oh,
if
I
you
know.
hit those notes, then the beginning you're already like 25%.
I know
of the
this
song.
might be a dissenting
It's a
opinion.
bunch of notes.
It's a bunch of like single no chords.
Probably say that about
Yes, any song.
No, I can't say that about Tool songs. Sometimes there's
Now,
not
it might
many
be
notes.
a dissenting opinion at the table, but I get bored of Godsmack quickly.
No,
I like them for like I can go to a concert, I can enjoy it, but just not all the time. Just
See,
because
I'm
it's
a-
like Disturbed, it sounds
I'm a
just the same.
Godsmack single kind of guy. I love their singles a lot.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, okay, I can agree with that.
So I
So
can
greatest
listen to
hits,
those all day. Yeah, I'm
the
a greatest
ultimate.
hits on the Godsmack.
Because all the other stuff just sounds so much of
all the
same.
other stuff sounds like less good as the singles Godsmack.
Yeah,
And then Twice is just like in pain.
third
Although
best,
they honestly
third
it's
best band of all time.
second best live act I've seen.
Come on, they're better than Metallica.
Yeah, but Metallica, I'm talking about the whole
Oh, the whole thing.
experience.
Well, yeah, they don't have the. I think
Like
you know
with
what.
the-
I think Metallica spends more money on one show than Godsmack did on the whole tour.
Probably.
So yeah, because we felt Roxo felt the flames from like a mile away in the stadium. He was like, I felt the burst of heat. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, how did we not melt down there?
I don't know how the guys in Metallica did not melt.
Well, one of them did.
At
a little
one
bit.
point, yeah. In 95.
Yeah.
At one point, yes, he did.
But yeah, that is crazy.
one thing
But I
is
agree.
though,
I agree.
fire is hot. You don't need to do much to fire to feel it from a distance.
That is true. Yeah, because it's
So-
like still though, it's still crazy because it was
Yeah.
raining and shit.
Yeah.
That was a great show.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Nude Clan, where we talk about metal.
Yeah,
Well, metal is a huge part of everything. So
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah, if you're not part of metal, what are you?
nothing. That's what.
Okay. I played Digimon Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory. I kind of slacked this week on my gameplay. I was a little bit behind on the amount of hours I need to fulfill in order to be on track for both games. But I
saw you played Digimon on Friday instead of
I played
Tactics Advance.
I played to the 10-hour mark, and I'm about 2 hours behind on Tactics Advance. I felt like crap yesterday for some reason, so just didn't want to play more than what I played over here, which was about an hour's worth of one quest, which I failed on Tactics Advance 2.
This one, though, you can fail quests and you can redo them later.
Yeah, it's not the
First
end of the
game,
world.
it's like, oh, you fucked up. Well, fuck you. You're never going to get this quest again, and now you can't 100% the game. This one is okay with you 100%ing it.
Yeah, but it's still unforgiving in its own very specific way.
Yeah, very, very specific.
There's one thing I need to do in this. There's like 3 things I need to do. I need to get the weapon that'll give me the 4th thief ability. I need to get the weapon that'll give me the 4th soldier ability so that I can get on one end ninja and the other end paladin. And then I gotta get the dual wield. Whatever the weapon I have to get in order to get dual wield for ninja, I also need.
Yeah.
So there's like,
it's going to be a long trip.
I've just
I
been
think.
grinding and like crazy just to make this
How many
game.
hours do you already have in it?
16.6.
And the thing is like, we're now doing, Joe and I are both now doing side quests, but we're not getting,
All I've been doing is side
we're
quests.
not getting abilities for the side quests. We're getting items to then maybe turn into weapons to maybe be able to grind out abilities later, but it's not happening. Like, I haven't gotten a fucking thief ability in hours, man, and that's all
dude.
I want in this fucking world. Because my bowman, my archer, is a god. He has like 17 abilities. Like, he's a master. And like everyone else on the team is just a fucking chump. It's annoying. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah, but the campaign should be easy once we have it.
Oh, I would fucking
right?
hope so. Yeah, we're gonna like truck through this fucking game. Like,
Yeah.
better anyway.
So we know what everyone has been playing, but has anyone beat a game?
Nope.
Nope.
Fucking RPGs, man.
No.
Well, half of your games last year were RPGs, though. Remember
It's
when
true,
we
but they
counted
weren't all front loaded.
the
at the very
12 that
beginning
were
of
half
the year.
of that were clearly half of 54. 12.
Yeah.
12 is half of 54, like last year. Half RPGs.
Yeah, exactly like that.
All right, you're on track. You're on track for half of whatever you beat to be 12, just like last year.
Yep.
I didn't beat anything either.
Nor did I. Wow. It's the first week none of us have beat anything this year, I'm pretty sure.
Isn't this like the 3rd week in a row for me and Caleb? Like nothing.
No,
more
he
for
had
him.
something last time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
I had
your-
Digimon.
Digimon Cyber Sleuth Hackers Memories. Okay. Caleb Schweiss is still ahead. Caleb Schweiss is King Hog right now with 5 games beaten.
Not really.
Followed by Caleb. Yes, really. This is 2018, Craig.
It doesn't matter.
Your
until
crown
it's
was
over.
in 17.
You got to live in the now.
Doesn't
Craig.
matter until it's.
You gotta live in the
end.
now. You're behind by 1.
The day
by the way.
after yesterday.
And then me and Cameron are at 3 games beaten. And if you want to join us on our contest, you just got to go to nudeclan.net, click on the Hog Ib tab underneath Hog Status, and you can join us. Really, it's great. It's a great thing to see what everybody's been watching and playing and all that other stuff. I believe we were sent like stats, weren't we?
Yeah. Do we want to read
For
those?
Nude Clan. Yeah, let's read those.
So stats for Hogib. All media. So everything that everyone's entered. We have 2,780 items. Video games, 252 of those. Albums, the clear winner so far, 726. Mostly Joe and I, I'm sure. TV seasons, almost 300. 501 movies, 54 audiobooks, 35 regular books. 414
Yeah, books is
comics.
way behind the other stuff.
Yeah. Almost 500 Geekdom podcasts.
Most of those from Joe, of course.
Yeah, 16,778 minutes of exercise and 27,793
Total
Super
Super Hog
Hog. Yeah.
score points.
as of February 18th.
What's
today.
crazy here? Books, 35 books versus 252 video games. Guys, maybe we should read a little bit more.
Maybe we should bring back
This is a
pseudo-intellectuals.
gaming thing, man. It's, we allow
We made
for
it
the
to where
books.
the
No, they
games
did
were
read because
so
look,
much.
it's 54 audiobooks too.
54
right?
audiobooks as well, yeah.
89.
Okay. It's still not much in comparison. That's great. All right, so those are the stats right now. That's pretty cool. I'm glad they added that to us. We were supposed to read them during the hog status thing last month. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were sent an email. We were like, hey, you can do this really cool stats thing. And it was like, shit. Totally forgot. Anyway, I think that's it for today. Guys, we're going into the Lycan of Light interview, after which we'll have a little bit of Getting Fat, and we got a vote for Caleb Schweiss's and my next game. So we're going to dive right into the Lycan of Light interview where we're talking about recording. Let's get to it. We chose to start doing that because we had that one terrible incident where we recorded an entire episode and there was a problem. So the computer at some point stopped in the middle of our episode. We didn't notice it, and we said never again. And being in college and taking classes on audio production for film, I knew that there was a way to record digitally separately in a safer manner. So we do that. So our backup is actually our Twitch stream. And then the first thing we go to, which is right in front of me, and I can see if it's recording or not, is our little Zoom H1 recorder coming out of the analog mixing board that we have. So it's a safety thing. It's a we'll never have to record again thing.
Just to make sure you don't have to reiterate the same points over.
Yeah.
No, I get that. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's...
I was always just curious about that. I was like, why not just... I feel like you guys would save money if you didn't do that. You just record it off of like OBS or something like that.
We would probably save some time. At this point, we wouldn't have saved money.
Oh, yeah. Now, no.
So, the idea of doing a whole recording and just not having it exist because some stupid thing happened.
I've had issues. I've had issues like that streaming, and I'm like, it makes me so much more angry because there's some times where, when I was using my old capture card, I had I think one of the same ones that you guys have that had the latency problem, and it was out of sync for I don't know 2.5 hours, and I had people in the chat, people talking, and none of these motherfuckers decided to let me know. And one of my mods came in and was like, hey, just so you know, that's out of sync, like the voices weren't matching up with the lips and shit. And I was like, are you fucking for real? I was like, what the hell, guys? Come on. And they're like, oh, we just thought it was us. We thought it was our headphones or something. I was like, you son of a bitch. You know, if there's fucking problems, let me know. That way I can get it fixed as soon as possible.
Yeah, we, I think Schweiss... No, we got the Elgato recently, so it's a little different now, but Schweiss used to use just the mixing board as the sound input for the games. And that gives you some sort of control that you don't have with the digital electronics consumer level devices that we all have to stream. You just get more control. We're control freaks now. We've had too many recording problems happen, and I say too many. We've had 3 incidences that have made us go nuts.
That's pretty good. You know, as long as you have been doing in the shows.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson from not recording straight off of Audacity to getting the digital recorder to making sure we stream on Twitch so that could be a backup. And if we're not streaming on Switch, to wear the headphones. The third incident, by the way, was that Advent Children commentary we did for UFF.
They revisited one?
Yeah, which we didn't even know was an issue. I put it in. I just did like a regular thing when I exported it. Turns out, people told me that the second half my mic wasn't on. And I was like, what? So now it's like, okay, doesn't matter if the recording starts well. And it doesn't matter that the Zoom H1 has never failed us. It's always been human error if something happened. It doesn't matter. Someone has to wear the headphones at some and like keep checking them because if
you guys need a third person, you need Jake on the side just watching everything as it goes along, monitoring.
We did talk about that. We considered it. We considered I wanted to do like a whole video production thing, which has turned out to be just like an impossible idea of getting that place that you guys were looking at. Yeah.
And everybody shut you down real hard.
Getting in like an office and trying to make it, at least like semi-professional looking, which I can do. I have the training to do, but you can't do what I need to do.
You can't do it without the funds, man, for sure. Believe me, I understand. My streaming setup is literally out of my closet.
Yeah. So
it is the worst looking, but nobody knows that.
Yeah.
Because I have the blue screen with it lit, and you can't see a goddamn thing.
Yeah. Schweiss's place, though, not set up like yours. There's nowhere he could do it except like in his room and take up his closet space. And I think his girlfriend might kill him if he does that. So
for sure,
he is super limited, but his is the only place where we can record.
Because he's the only one who has their own home, and it's kind of their area. They can call claims like you must not be here.
In general, yes. He has the most control out of any of us as far as that goes. So we got to do it at his place. We just don't have the way to set it up there. And then they're afraid, hey, there's not enough money coming in for an office, even though we could probably get the world's cheapest office.
They did have some valid reasons as to not having it done. But I was rooting for you. I was like, I know you're paying. I want that too. I was looking at some studios here in town, and they're like I don't know, I think it was like $600, and I'm like, man, this is above the laundromat, motherfucker. I ain't paying $600 for that shit. Like you're high.
Well, I don't know what the real estate is like over there, but in Provo, $600 is bad. $600 is like. We looked at the cheapest place we could find was $500, and I bet, and I was like, let's do it. At least we'll have a place, right? I bet that thing is probably just crumbling and horrible. Normal office space, for like just like normal office space. What you see around here is about $2,500-ish a month.
Yeah. That's a hefty price to set on your guys' shoulders.
Yeah, that's not a price we can afford. But we could have, if we wanted to go without for many, many things, we could have probably afforded the $500. But
yeah,
we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're going to be good little boys.
Yeah,
safe.
Keep adding to the savings until it's more of a viable option, for sure. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. So let me let's talk about you. Let's talk about you now, Lycan.
All right.
Are you Lycan Light or Lycan of Light? Explain this avatar.
Lycan of Light.
Lycan of Light. Where does that come from?
I like werewolves, and I went by a different name when I first started creating content, and I just over time realized it wasn't a marketable name, and I was always getting shit on for it. It's because it's just where I grew up and how the name came about, and so I was like, I need something that is more marketable, doesn't sound ridiculous, and I was like, well, I like werewolves. And anytime I play any game that has a choice of like good versus evil or anything like that, I always choose good. So I was like, shit, Lycan of Light. Let's just do that.
There you go. That ain't too bad. Yeah. I mean, we certainly remember it. Like Lycan stock and Lycan of Light. Yeah. So how did you get to streaming? What's the journey to where you are now?
Well, I started out on YouTube. I was watching people do PSP hacking tutorials to put custom firmware onto their handheld devices, and they were really, really shit videos that I was watching, trying to figure out how to do it. And people either didn't have mic setups, or they were using just the worst audio equipment you could ever possibly use. And I was like, I can do this. I have a decent voice, I think, and I think I could do this. And I started doing it, and the PSP tutorial scene, the PSP died right as I had gotten a footing in this scene. And so I was like, all right, well, I guess I need something else to do, because I really enjoyed creating content at that point. I'd been doing it for probably 3 or 4 months, and I really enjoyed it. And so I was like, well, what the hell else am I going to do? And the gaming scene for YouTube was starting to pick up pretty heavily. So I was like, shit, I'll start doing recordings of doing playthroughs and stuff like that. And I just wasn't really getting anything from YouTube as a small channel, action, as one would hope, of course. And so someone one day was like, you should try live streaming, and I was like, sure, why not, I'll give it a shot. And that instant gratification of having someone to talk to just instantly, and not having to worry about someone commenting in the comments and trying to be interactive with them, just having that instant more of a personal relationship with your audience, because it's right then and there. You guys can have a discussion about how big the shit you took was to just whatever, life problems or anything like that, and it's right there, and you guys can have a discussion. It's more personal. And so I started doing streaming, and I couldn't manage work and family and doing YouTube and Twitch. So I was like, all right, well, buy YouTube, because you shit on creators so hard all the damn time, and I'm actually getting a visceral reaction from doing streaming. So I've been doing it ever since.
Yeah. So you were told to do streaming by someone else. Had you ever gone onto Twitch and watched someone else stream? I think
the only kind of exposure I had to Twitch was every once in a while they would do the SGDQ and AGDQ, which is the awesome games done quick and summer games done quick. Those highlights and stuff like that. I would try to go, because they would be doing speed runs of Final Fantasy games, which is one of my favorite series of all time. Hence why I found the show. Right. And it's just watching these people just demolish these games. I watched one guy beat Skyrim with a bowl. He would just have this bowl, and he would set it up against the wall, and he would run into this wall at just the perfect little frame, and bam, be at the end. And it was just mind-blowing. And so as I started doing it, I started watching other people, and I was like, man, I really understand why live streaming is becoming such a big thing for gaming and stuff like that, because YouTube doesn't treat its creators very well. If you try to play any Nintendo game, you're just going to get destroyed by the content ID system for YouTube. And with Twitch, it's kind of the wild west. You could do almost whatever you want, bar some shit you probably shouldn't do in public in the first place.
I see, Twitch is interesting for me. So I knew about it from Caleb Schweiss. And this was before YouTube, or excuse me, before Nude Clan or anything like that. I knew about it from Caleb Schweiss because he would just watch people play League of Legends. When that was starting to become a huge thing, we got really into it as well. And so Schweiss would be on there watching really good players, and I think he streamed a couple of times. But then the idea midway through UFF, when we put up the Patreon, was well, what can we do? Oh, we can stream the episodes live on Patreon via webcam. We're like, okay, let's do that. But I never watched anyone on Twitch ever. And one of the most confusing things for me, even as a person who likes games a lot, believe it or not, some people say I don't, but that's not true. And I beat 13 games last year, which is not normal.
That is the word around the wall.
Yeah. So despite that, I never watched anyone play anything on Twitch, and it's still something that I'm like, what is I do it because our listeners like it, because our listeners talk to us. And like you said, you get that kind of immediate reaction. You get to have a conversation with people if they want to come in and talk to you. It's pretty fun and pretty cool to do that. So I get it as a streamer, but as a viewer, I never quite understood watching other people play video games, because that was about my least favorite thing to do when I was at a friend's house. And they're like, hey, check out this video game. And then they would play a game for
So anytime you went to Caleb Craig's house?
You know what? That did happen there a lot in high school. That happened a lot.
That's what I've heard.
Later on, we'd play together. But earlier on, when he was the only one with the video game stuff, he would be doing that. Yeah, dude.
You gotta watch me.
Dude, I'm just going to be on here for 2.5 more hours. You can wait. That's kind of how it would be.
Yeah.
So what do you think is, as a viewer, and obviously you came into this as a content creator immediately, so you might have a similar kind of view as I do. I'm not sure. As a viewer, what do you think the pull is to watch someone on Twitch?
Well, like I was saying, I feel like it really is just the fact that you can have such a personable experience with the content creator that you're watching. You know, with YouTube, it's not guaranteed that I am the one replying to those comments, you know, or whatever. And with Twitch, you know, it is me. You know, if you're a good creator, it's you that's responding to the people in the chat, and I think it's a system that. It's built around, you know, all the people who had older brothers or, you know, stuff like that, where exactly what you were saying, that they didn't really get an opportunity to play these games, or can't necessarily afford to, you know, buy these games, and they can always go to a live streamer and get their opinion on a game. You know, I'm streaming through the Super Mario Odyssey, and, you know, people are coming in there enjoying it and stuff like that, and you know, seeing, you know, is this worth the money? You know, reviewers and, you know, people who, you know, write articles for websites, or, you know, the old media, you know, people aren't going to see what, you know, what news website has to say about what game just came out. They're going to go to YouTube, or they're going to go to Twitch, because they know that 9 times out of 10 these people are not being, you know, paid to do so, and if they are, they're disclosing that up front, hopefully, you know.
Yeah, that's the payola sort of dealio that seems to might be a problem. I don't know. Sometimes I'm looking at like the Last Jedi reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. I know this is a movie and not a game, but I know
it's fine. They expect it.
There's not a person I know who thinks that's a perfect movie. And a Best Picture winner has a hard time getting a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. And yet Last Jedi is so like up there. And it's like, what is going on? There's something there. So yeah, hearing it from I think it's just a content creator
for the movie. I think it's just a popcorn flick. You know, it was cool. It was flashy. It had a decent story. There wasn't too many wasted scenes. There was only a couple like really big like nitpicky things that, you know, at least personally I was kind of like, what the no, that's not okay. That's not how that should have gone. What? But, you know. Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is I'm having trouble, even though people love that movie, and I liked it when I watched it, and then it's been slowly like corroding me as I've walked away from it.
Just a tad. No, I agree. After you like sit and simmer on it, you're like, oh, that was shit.
Yeah.
That was not a good scene. Why did they do that? How dare they?
It just seems a little bit suspicious. And so, yeah. Mm-hmm. So maybe a content creator could probably give you a more honest, upfront review than maybe someone from one of these big companies doing it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, whatever.
And even if you don't want to talk to them, like, you can literally just sit there and watch. You can, you know, it's the same, you know, same thing as it's like, you know, watching somebody, you know, on TV. You're just sitting there watching and seeing. You can see for yourself firsthand. You know, you're not reading somebody's, you know, essay that they wrote on how good the game is. You're actually being able to see the gameplay, see how, you know, bits and pieces of the story, and you're able to, you know, see whether or not it's worth your money in the first place.
I guess for me, there would need to be some sort of something interesting they're doing, and this is something Twitch does a lot. So you said you watched did you watch some speedrunners? Was that right?
Yeah, it's the SGDQ and AGDQ.
Yeah, there's
it's a contest. They have, I think, each one happens once a year, and they raise money for like cancer awareness and stuff like that. And it's one of probably the biggest like events that happens around the year for Twitch. And damn, sometimes they like the amount of money that they raise. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, guys! Like, fucking bravo. Because they've had like doctors on and stuff like that. I think last year they supported Doctors Without Borders, and man, they blew their goal, like raising millions of dollars. Because people were like, hey, you're playing the games and destroying the games that I love, and you're doing it all for a good cause.
Yeah, I'm always impressed by that sort of thing. That probably is as a viewer myself, that would probably be the only thing I watch. But I guess if I listened to a podcast, I would actually go talk to those people. But what are you streaming like, and what can people find on your stream currently?
Well, right now, like you guys, I am playing through the entire Final Fantasy series. I am playing them basically in order, and instead of doing how you guys have it split up, the spin-offs coming later and stuff like that, I have them kind of falling in line with whatever game they are. So when I start Final Fantasy 7, I'm not going to start with 7. I'm going to start with Crisis Core, and then sadly, I wish I could do Before Crisis, but there's not a legal copy of that I can use. So if the opportunity arises and I have the ability to do Before Crisis, I'm going to do so. And then I go to 7, I'm going to go to 8, and I'm going to go all the way down the line into 15, and if the audience still wants me to, I'm gonna go and do the side games like Tactics and Crystal Chronicles and all those games. And then on the weekend, just to kind of break up the monotony, because I know that streaming an RPG can be somewhat draining. I play whatever the viewers choose, whether or not I put up a poll or anything like that. Like I was saying earlier, right now I'm playing through Super Mario Odyssey. And once I get done with that, I already have a couple games lined up. Saints Row the Third and what was the other one? Oh, Infamous 2. So, yeah. Nice.
So if people want to find you on Twitch, where do they go?
Lycan of Light.
Lycan of Light.
LYCANOFLIGHT.
Perfect.
I think that's the first time I've actually had to spell that out loud. I was like squinting one eye, like, is that how it's spelled? Don't sound stupid.
I only ever type it.
Exactly. Yeah. No. I don't ever have to do that. It's funny because hearing some people try to pronounce my name, and I'm like, I feel like it's a fairly easy name to say, and they're like, Lycan. I'm like, motherfucker, that is not what that says. Come on now, like, for real?
Lycan of Light.
No. Yeah, come on, man. No, it's a fairly easy name to say. It's Lycan. Just it's not hard.
So I know that your kind of goal is, because you're doing this as like a side thing right now, and your goal is to one day become like a streamer that can support themselves off of it.
Great.
Which will, I'm sure, take a lot of work, and you have already put in a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
You're doing. How often are you streaming?
Well, I did stream for every day. I was going for, originally when I first started streaming, I was like, I'm gonna set myself a 365-day challenge. I'm going to stream every single day for 365 days. And I reached that goal. And then I was like, you know what? I don't really have a reason to not stream every day. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to continue. And I got to 663 days without missing a day. I was so angry because I didn't realize that when I was like, because I was having a lot of emotional, issues and stuff like that, self-doubt, because, I'm nowhere near a big creator, and I've been doing it for so long, and then you just, why isn't this working? I've been doing this for, a decent amount of time. I'm consistent. I have a fairly decent quality stream. I'm always looking to upgrade my equipment or, lighting or whatever the case may be. And, I was like, just why am I not, getting as far as I want? Just the same thing that every, artist thinks when they're, down in the dumps. And, I was like, missing work and stuff. I was just like actually getting like sick, and so I was like, I have to stop. I gotta take a break. So I took about a week and a half break, and then came back, and I was like, well, I'm not going to be doing every day. I'm going to cut it back one day and just kind of take a day for myself, spend time with my family, my son and my girlfriend and stuff like that, and just kind of, try to, this is what I want to do. This is what I want. This isn't just a hobby for me. This is something that I enjoy so much that, if somebody came out to me and was like, hey, do you want to do this full time? I would, I wouldn't,
you wouldn't say no.
Even look back. Yeah, I wouldn't say no. It would be an automatic thing I would do no matter what.
Hey, I'm pretty impressed by that kind of mentality and that straightforwardness and that kind of discipline that it takes to stream for 600 and something days in a row. That's pretty incredible. I thought like, we do a podcast once a week, and we haven't, for UFF, we haven't missed an episode. We've had a couple late, but we haven't missed one. And so like,
and that's impressive too, you guys. Like, don't.
That's
give
only once a week.
Any lack of credit. I mean, fair enough. But I mean, you guys are both, adults. Caleb has a family, a girlfriend and a stepson, and you were going through college at the time and trying to work and trying to make movies and stuff like that. Even a week, once a week. And I know that you guys get a lot of help from the audience, as far as it goes for news and stuff like that. But I mean, you guys did fucking great. You gotta give yourself props for that.
Well, thank you.
Because not missing a day, having a couple late episodes because of some dumb bullshit is understandable. But yeah, still doing great.
I gotta tell you, that daily sort of commitment, and even my commitment, anybody listening at home, you can do anything. It doesn't have to be content creation, doesn't have to be streaming. It could be something like exercise, but the things,
sure.
And
which we all need to do a bit more.
Yeah, I'm sure that you're in the same camp, but the things I've learned from forcing myself to do something regularly has helped me so much in every other part of my life. And it's like, okay, I can go sit down and do the thing. So I promise you that kind of dedication is going to pay dividends. Whether or not it's in streaming, doesn't matter. You've learned how to work towards something extra.
Definitely.
Daily. So that's pretty incredible. And 6 days a week is nothing to that's also still quite a bit. So
yeah, it is quite a bit, and I'm just appreciative for the people who come out to the stream and enjoy what I do. I looking at my bot here for when I stream. This bot isn't the same one that I started out with, but it is almost 99.9% of the time in my chat. I have streamed for over 3,000 hours.
Woo!
And I did have a bot that I think they set out like an update or something like that, and it corrupted my files and destroyed it. And that was probably like the first 6 months. So
there you go, man.
Definitely spent quite a bit of time doing this. And I'm so thankful to have a girlfriend in my life who is just beyond ridiculously supportive of what I do, and is always helping me out when it comes to if I need new equipment or anything like that. She never turns it away, thankfully.
Well, real quick before we end this interview here, what sort of advice do you have? I mean, obviously you know that Nude Clan is trying to become a little bit more streaming concentrated. Mm-hmm. What kind of advice do you have for a streamer out there?
I would say, the same shit that you always hear. You need a schedule, no matter what it is. You've got to have something that, because this is live broadcasting. This isn't something, 90% of people are not going to go back and rewatch your past broadcasts.
That's true.
They don't care. They come out because they want to interact with you, or they want to see the game that you're playing, and you need to keep a schedule. Whether or not that's only, I would say at a minimum 3 days, and you don't have to go full hog like some of these people do and do 3.5 to 8 hour streams. No one's going to expect you. Even if you do, 2 hours, on Monday, 2 hours on Wednesday, 2 hours on Friday, you have to have consistency, and always reach out to other creators and ask for help. That it's not an easy thing to get done by yourself, and also you have to realize that streaming is probably only a third of the work. Doing the actual broadcasting, commentating, is not all the other shit, all the networking and all that kind of stuff that you have to do afterwards. That's going to be the, and just keep at it and do what you want. Don't follow trends and only do what everybody else wants you to do. Just play what you want and just follow your dreams, for sure.
All right. Well, on that note, thank you so much, Lycan. Guys, go check out this guy on Twitch. He is one of the channels that we auto-host when we're not there. So please go check him out. He's got really good, high-quality streams. You've probably found us because of Final Fantasy, so he's also playing Final Fantasy, and he streams a lot more often than we do. So go check him out.
It's going to take me forever to get through this series. God damn it.
Yeah, it will.
Oh, yeah.
We're looking at year 4 in May for us. It's insane. Anyway, thanks for talking to me, Lycan.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right. Thanks once again to Lycan of Light for coming on and being our very first interview. Really
that was
appreciate
great.
it. He popped our interview cherry.
Very, very gentle lover.
Definitely some tips I can take from that interview.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was a good listen. Glad we're all such a part of that. Thank you so much for your time, Lycan. Really appreciate it.
The joke here is that we, of course, just did nothing for 3 minutes between our intro and then did this.
Yeah, and I haven't heard
the interview
thing,
is being popped in
so
later.
fuck you and your tips.
This might be one of the episodes I go back and listen to just because I want to know how to stream better.
Okay.
So yeah, there's that.
Well, here's what you do first. You stream.
No.
Yeah, you have to do that
Start
first,
streaming.
and then the rest will come naturally.
Wait, Craig, I thought you did the opposite. I thought you had to know how to do it first.
Oh yeah, that's it.
And then you do it.
You
Cameron's
already
right.
know how to do it. It's just he has to do it.
No. See,
It's literally all
a
you have to
struggle
do
between.
is just do it.
It's a struggle between stream. Like I can just throw up a stream anytime, but when
you
I'm
don't.
focusing on a game, I'm not focusing on the people watching me stream. I'm not. It's either that I'm playing the game or I'm trying to be funny.
So don't do it for Monster Hunter, but do it for Digimon.
Okay,
that's what it sounds like.
Definitely.
'Cause
Actually,
you can-
yeah.
You should
make-
do it for Monster Hunter anyway, just because of how often you're playing.
You can make Digimon a living hell. Is that what you were about
Well,
to say?
you can make it. It is a living hell, but you can make it
Okay.
be a living hell to itself. You can make it fight itself, Caleb or Cameron. Caleb knows this. but-
Well, I mean, most of Persona 5 also had a fast battle function where you could just press options and have it fast forward through your battle.
Are you serious?
Persona
Why
5.
do people love this game? That's stupid.
Because it's so much better than fucking Digimon.
well, yeah, but so is the last.
But it
fight
plays
I took.
itself?
No. It plays itself up to
No
a
one's
point.
playing with my shit.
When you start getting up to higher level fights, it no longer
Yeah,
plays
you can't
itself.
do that. You can't
Because
do it at
all
all.
it'll do is make you do your basic attack for every character if you let it play itself.
Oh,
But
okay.
when you get
Yeah,
to your
it only does
later,
the basic
when you go to the
attacks.
later fights, that's when you actually have to fight, or else you lose.
Okay. All right. Let's get fat, guys. So, let's see. Caleb Craig.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the ones you can measure. 12 nonfiction books. Should be about midway through the second one by now.
Well, I'm like halfway through the first one.
Okay.
So a little bit behind on
Well,
that.
what's the first one?
I'm trying to finish that Devil in the White Castle. It's about H.H. Holmes, the first serial killer of America. In the
Holmes.
yeah, quadruple H.
Yeah.
No, but he's the first serial killer in the World's Fair. So
Okay.
interesting read.
And how? What was your last blog post about?
I haven't done that yet either.
Okay, you should be 1.5 blog posts in by now.
One and a half.
Yeah, you should
have
have
a
one.
half
You should
of a
have a
blog
blog
post?
post by now.
Okay.
Should have one in the drafts. That's what that is.
Oh, I'll get on that. I'll
I've got-
get
I've
on
got-
that, unlike Schweiss
I've
and
got
Cam
one
Cam.
blog post, technically, if you count those as half. I got 2 of them.
You got 2 in the drafts.
That's right.
Is one just a title and a
Yes,
blank page?
I
yeah.
think so, yeah.
Okay, all
Like
right.
the I love puppies thing that you did to catch
Yeah.
up to like 5 blog posts.
He deleted them.
I don't even love puppies is the thing. That's the funny part.
How could you not love puppies?
They're fine.
Sick fuck.
Love is...
I mean, they're okay if there's somebody else's puppy.
Yeah, it's like children, right? You don't have to deal with
Basically,
them. As long as you don't have to like deal with them when they're a pain in the ass, it's
yeah,
fine.
like the constant thing.
yeah.
They're great when they're great.
Exactly, yeah. They're great when they're great. That's a great way to put it.
Oh my god. All right. What is your blog post going to be about?
Probably a written game review of something that we haven't reviewed on the show.
Well, you've had a month and a half to think
I've
about it.
been, well, yeah,
It hasn't been any games, so
I have. I've gotten like 3 or 4.
He's beaten 4 games. There's a list right here.
Yeah,
I can confirm.
fucker.
He's beaten 4 games. Look at that. All right.
Acting like I haven't done.
Now I got some other stuff here. How you doing on these other things?
Remind me which things they are.
Get down to 330 pounds.
Well, I have started like a slim fast type diet because of the way that my job works.
Slim slow is what I call that.
Slim
Yeah.
slow, basically. Yeah.
you've been on that for years, Caleb. It doesn't work.
Yeah. I still have to weigh myself. And then
Take you to the recycling plant. That's right.
yeah, I probably have to like get on one of their special
Let's
scales.
fucking do that. Let's take the Zoom
To a recycling
and we'll
plant.
go to the recycling plant and we'll have them weigh.
And can you weigh my fat friend for me?
I'm serious.
No. What you do
You don't
is
have
you
a
weigh
scale that can
you
do
weigh
it.
the car without Caleb in
I was
it.
actually thinking that just now. Yeah.
Then you back up real fast, get Caleb back into the car, and then drive on it and weigh it again.
Either way, it's the same exact process.
Yes.
I think the car one's more insulting, though. Should do that.
Wouldn't
Anyway,
that be for the dump?
Yeah, like we're just gonna leave you too.
is the dump open? Sunday?
I don't know if it's open on. I don't think it's open on Sundays. Actually.
Damn you, Craig.
Oh yeah, damn me.
Did you guys get a new scale?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's.
Think it could handle him?
I'll have to look at it.
Is it like a heavy duty scale?
What
or
if
is
we
it
got
plastic?
2 scales and he had 1 foot on either
I think
scale?
that actually does work.
I don't think that would.
No,
work.
wait, no. It should be your. Wouldn't it just be your normal weight on both scales? Yeah, it would. Because
No,
it'd
it
still be
wouldn't
the.
because you're having pressure on both sides. They're separate. You're separating the.
Well, then if it separates
weight.
it, then it would work. If the scales were identical.
But it also
would
depends on
probably
how
be
he would
very
also have to
skewed.
have his weight directly
Very
centered.
skewed.
Yeah, those things are not.
Yeah, and
like,
I've seen him
laser
shirtless, and
focused.
one boob is definitely bigger than the other.
I think he leans when he sits. So
Oh, maybe
there's like
that's
a
it, yeah.
crease difference. I got the same thing. I got like a.
An extra little.
I got my creases on the. When I got really fat, I noticed it. I noticed my back that when I had fat rolls back there. I don't have them right now, thank God. But when I had fat rolls back there,
One was more fat rolling.
one was in a different spot than the other. It was like, ooh, the fuck is going on back there?
You got like a little mini Joe growing out of your back.
I got fat rolls in the
Yeah.
front. I just don't have them in the back anymore.
And that's when he takes over, and that's
Dude, that
when-
was the day I like almost broke down and cried. Like thinking about how fucking fat I was.
I think that's what it is. Like, and that other mini Joe that was in the fat fold, like
For
takes
me-
over, and that's when he's super
For me,
nice.
it was riding the bus and hating that I jiggled with every bump. That's what it
I
was.
think I do
for
that
me.
now.
I think everyone just does that. They all
No. There's a
some
little
fat.
My
There's a
least
little extra
favorite-
jiggle.
Cam had a pouch.
My
Extra
least
jiggle,
favorite thing
yeah.
was when I got a boner every time I rode the bus. That was the worst. It's like daily. Every morning, I'm like, I can't fucking stand up.
I still get a boner every time I'm on an exercise bike, and
Yeah.
forcing boys who have boners every other fucking minute to get on an exercise bike. Those fuckers should just go. I'm like, oh my, no more exercise bikes
for high school.
for high school boys. Okay, because they're in the little shorts that are like no fabric, right? It's like the super thin, breathable stuff.
Cut to Joe wearing fucking
don't
short
think-
shorts and
Yeah,
You don't think-
stick is
When
poking out of the
when
bottom.
I get a boner in those shorts, you don't think that things show? I mean, come on. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's true.
Who are these gym teachers who are telling boys, like, okay, boys.
I think you know why gym teachers do it.
Oh, God. Okay, boys, you got to get on this exercise bike. Just remember, everything rubs together down there, and all you need is friction to have a boner right now.
Honestly, have you not had a gym teacher who wasn't a total creep? Because like every single
I've
one
never
I've
had a gym teacher that was.
I've had both. I have had a creep gym teacher who got fired because he was a creep, and I had a gym teacher that was totally fine and normal. Just depends.
Most of them are fat for me.
I've only had.
So they're not
I
creepy.
had one that was kind of fat, but then the other one was skinny.
They're like
and he was a
creepy
creep.
and only kind of a fat guy creepy where they breathe through their mouth a lot. So like kind of like I'd be afraid.
Why
if
are the gym teachers the most out of shape teachers?
I think they used to be in really good shape and then they got injured and now they're fat. That's what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, usually they're like the football players,
Or like I'm the wrestling
from high
coach.
school, and then they're like,
it's like,
"Oh,
Anyways,
Ow.
Joe, when you start pitching a tent, don't you know you can tuck the pole away just fine? Just got to tuck it up underneath the waistband, and you're just fine.
That doesn't feel good.
No, it doesn't. But
As much as
in
the
a
guy, as much as the line on that movie is funny, where he's like, "Oh, it feels great," you know.
No.
It does not.
Especially when you're on an exercise bike.
Yeah.
I just wait for it to subside, but then I look like a freak.
On
just sitting
on
there.
the exercise bike, it's not a big deal because you're sitting forward, your dick is forward, so everything's flush. There's nothing's showing. But as soon as you're like about to stand up, you just gotta like sit there and think of dead puppies or something for a minute. I mean, unless you hate puppies, but anyway,
then it only gets bigger.
and then you gotta, oh god, and then you can stand up.
Got that extra half-inch of puppy going on. It's all red too.
I mean, it's bad, dude. It's still that way. I get on an exercise bike.
Yeah,
I'll have a boner or two during that cycle.
That is how it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird because, like, I bet you if I got on a bus, I'd get a fucking raging boner too. So the olden days, just high school, man. Nothing but boners.
Does no one else get a boner on an exercise bike?
No, I do, dude. I do.
It's
even now.
immediate.
It's those it's those basketball shorts that I wear too. It's
Depending on the time of day, just doing my leg bounce thing that I do all the time will sometimes do it for me too.
That's because you're jacking off. That's what you're doing.
You're jacking off in a small.
We've known the
way.
whole. We've known the whole time.
Jacking off with my thighs. Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, fine. Someone in the chat said I've never had any of those problems. That instant boner has nothing to do with anything but like the movement of my shorts against my dick. That's it. It's just the movement feels awesome. And so my body will then respond
You should
it.
You should just beat your dick like Schweiss beats his, so you're desensitized to everything
Just
else.
grab it and like smack it against your knee. You know,
Schweiss talking to the mic.
just grab it and smack it against your flesh, and then it'll subside.
No. Just the level of sandpaper that Schweiss gets to, and then just the cloth. He doesn't feel it anymore.
Jacking off with sandpaper.
He just
Well, my
doesn't-
hands are really
Sandpaper
dry.
and then capping it off so it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
That way, you don't feel your clothes anymore. They're just not enough.
yeah.
Wow.
Not used to.
And then
the-
your dick gets like a real nice sharp point to it. It's like a candy cane that you've been sucking on for like 30 minutes. And then you can really stab your partner.
You can fucking murder somebody with that.
Fucking
I don't
deadly
think it
weapon.
works that way, Schweiss. I think you got to go see a doctor.
Yeah, it's not supposed to get thinner as you get near the tip to where it's like sharp.
No.
All right. So Skull says, I also lost my virginity at like 14, so maybe I just wasn't that charged in high school, LOL. Yeah, well,
Nothing about sex has made me
Not a-
want sex less.
not a virgin, and still get on that bike and feel that thing. And Schweiss could confirm.
Yeah.
That bike.
He's just
strokes
watched
you.
it happen
does say-
every
that
time.
gives Joe a pretty big one. I've been working out and I look over, I'm like,
Nice.
not bad.
Nice.
Not bad. And then I look over
Not
at my
bad for
own
an
and it's
innie.
like, not bad as well.
I'm lucky that working out hardly ever does that to me. So
She's got the wrong kind of shorts, I guess.
Well, the wrong kind
Maybe.
of dick, huh?
Yeah, what's wrong with your dick?
maybe my dick is not bouncing around all up top. Maybe it's down a little further, so it
Yeah, that's
escapes
why
it.
you're kneeing it, so it just hurts. Can't get excited because you're kneeing it. And your balls are like getting caught up in the pedals.
Spokes of the bicycle.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was really fat, there were some dick problems. There were definitely some dick problems when you get like, there's like a certain amount of weight I hit in like the 260s. After that, you don't know what your dick is going to do.
Gets a mind of
it's
its own.
being assaulted on all sides by like a large amount of fat.
It's just there's just no more room for your balls anymore. They gotta go somewhere. They just getting smushed.
Yeah. I don't know if is it the balls? I don't know.
For me, it's the balls.
It's all about the balls for Cameron.
Always has been.
There's this one time trying to get off my bed. I did the little slide as I'm getting off, and it just tucked them underneath, and that was not pleasant.
What I just remembered? I remembered I was like running around in the morning with my pajamas on or something, and like my stuff flopped around. It made a big sound, and my mom was like, "What was that?"
Or like when you're walking down the stairs kind of fast, it's like this blop. It's like it almost sounds like I just let a little toot out, but really it was my fucking balls just slapping
Because we
my
all
leg.
know what that sound is as men, but you can't like.
It's a little warm in here, okay? That's all.
Everything's loosey goosey. Oh wow!
Yeah, you can't really tell your mom. Yeah, it was just my ball sack.
It was my balls hitting against my thigh.
Yeah, it's warm, so they're a little. They hang a little looser.
Oh my god! All right, save $4,000.
I got $1,000 right now, so
You got a
doing okay.
grand?
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's more than I thought you would get.
You know, it's really just 1/100th of $100,000 bar.
Oh, wait, is it?
But he saved in a little baggie. It's like one little kernel.
It's like a little sliver of it.
Nice. Okay, so he saved up $1,000. That's pretty good. All right, Cameron. You're supposed to finish a series of comic books.
I'm working on it. I got actually 2 comic book series that I'm reading through. The Saga series for Caleb, and I'm going to do the 52 comic book series as well.
That's good.
And they have endings?
Yes. Well, I'm going to be done after the end of 52,
Sort of.
so.
Yeah, when I hear that sort of thing, I just want to fucking kill the people who decided that comic books should come out that way.
Okay, so it's not really like they have an ending. There's an ending to the story arc, but then like the series as a whole continues in some other form. So like it has an end, but then at the same time, like the
It is a
characters
beginning.
Like a
still do
season of
stuff.
a TV show.
It has an end, but at the same time, it's a beginning of a new story.
It's like a season of
Kind of.
TV, right? Like it wraps up what the season has done, and it's like, or no, it's a season of like a.
It'd be more like if a season of a show ended and then they started up a spin-off series.
It's
that
as
had those
if-
characters
as if-
continuing to do stuff.
As if Scrubs actually just continued on without...
Yeah, it would be like that.
Okay. So if season 9 of Scrubs actually kept going,
Yeah,
that's how it would be.
yeah.
Stupid, in other words. Fucking
Nah,
terrible.
it's not
It's terrible when they did it with Scrubs.
It was terrible with Scrubs. Yes.
Or if Frasier was just called Cheers anyway.
They couldn't get away with
I
that
don't
though.
know. Anyway, I'm just trying to find
Because
like
it's
a
not about the
common
bar
ground here.
anymore.
Yeah, I guess you're right. They never go to the bar in Frasier? Wow.
Sam comes in for like 1 or 2 episodes, but that's like the only connection, really.
And you're doing good
I'm doing good. On what?
on those.
On comic books? Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I have a whole year.
Okay.
Comic books don't take long to read.
All right.
That's how it begins. I have a whole year.
I have a whole year. And then
Right
it
now I'm trying to
becomes,
read
I
a
have
book.
week. You're trying to read a book?
Yeah, right now.
Like with your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And
with your
and
heart.
with my ears.
Oh, wow.
And always with my heart, Craig.
Good. That's the most important thing that you use when reading a book. Your heart.
Get some cardio in. It's
Yeah.
the doctors say that's good.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
if
why I
you,
read
if you don't
erotica.
like jogging, how about you get on the exercise bike? The exercise boner bike.
Yeah.
The boner bike. It's just what
They
we
actually
call
have
it
like
now.
this elliptical machine there at Vasa that it feels really good. You can get going way fast on that.
Yeah, like your boner?
I
Is
bet
that
you
what you're saying?
can.
No, but that doesn't give you the awkward boner.
Oh, the one where you feel like you're like a super jumper?
You
You're
get a
jumping
full,
across like
the one that
waves
gives
of
you,
sand.
it gives you like a full body workout, man.
The
Those are
$1 million man thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. $2,500 in savings.
I have 15.
1,500? That's pretty good.
You
$15.
guys are
You're
dominating.
only
now.
what is that? 1.5 months into the year. That's pretty good.
I had a sizable bonus / profit share that I went directly into savings.
Oh, okay.
Should have bought an exercise bike with it.
So I'm thinking about
And,
just still saving that 2,500 as of out of my savings instead of counting that bonus.
you think you'll get a tax return?
My tax return, I am getting all of $25 back.
How are you
Nice.
doing your tax return?
Oh, that's worse than mine. Yeah, I was pissed.
TurboTax.
Oh, do you like how
You're a business owner, Cameron.
I'll just be glad that you don't
yeah.
owe again twice.
Do you
I've
not
never-
claim it?
I did not claim it.
Okay.
Did you already file?
No, I haven't filed yet.
Oh,
Oh, then. Oh, you
Oh.
just haven't pressed send yet
Yeah.
or whatever?
don't do it.
Don't do it. We're waiting on Schweiss,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you could do it too. You know,
but I don't have all the stuff for it.
there's really nothing to have.
Don't you need like the ID and
Wait,
we
for
don't
what?
have
What are we
money
talking
information for this. You got the spreadsheet. You're the only one who knows how to read that spreadsheet. Does not make any goddamn
Well,
sense
I didn't
to me.
make any money from this business last year, so
Neither did it. Well, yeah, that's true. And you didn't really. You don't have any expenses to write off either, necessarily.
Well,
I
unless
don't
we
wanna
count like
write
the
off video
games
games.
that we buy.
We can.
We can write off video games. That's the thing.
That's why we need to. I need to find out
Cameron.
exactly what we need to do, though.
go sit down with someone.
I thought he had an appointment. Too.
I did. They never called me. They never called me, and then they
Oh,
call me to
no.
reschedule.
They
the
never
not
called
calls. That's what they do.
Find
They've done
someone
that-
else.
Was your phone charged?
No, but you know what? They can
Oh
leave
my
a voicemail.
God,
Schweiss, dude,
Fuck
this,
you.
This
I-
is why you need a new phone.
I
For
need to
God's
sleep.
sakes,
I need
fucking
to sleep,
charge
man.
it for once.
I do. It just dies.
then
Just
get
dies.
a new phone.
Dude, you know how much phones
Schweiss,
are?
You could
Schweiss.
get a fucking just normal
Schweiss.
ass flip phone.
I'm not getting a flip phone. I'm not a fucking peasant.
Why? You don't use the other one. Use your other
I
phone
do.
for anything.
You know what happens
So
when
it
your
doesn't
phone
make a
dies,
difference.
Schweiss?
It doesn't
fucking
make a
charge
difference.
it.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
I
That's
like
all
to
you
be-
have to do. Oh, it dies. Well, you know what, Schweiss? Charge it.
Charge it every night.
I do. It died, dude. It's died
Leave it
within
on
2
the
hours.
charger.
Of
Then
being-
we go back to
get
get a new phone.
new phone.
Yeah,
How
dude, that's
expensive
obviously a
phones are.
battery problem.
Or uninstall every program and find out which one is the shitty one.
It was bad when I first got it. Even it's bad.
That's what happens. You buy
a new
a
phone.
2-year-old phone.
It's way
Schweiss.
older than 2 years old.
buy a $50 thing. Just do that.
I'm not doing that. I'm not going to buy a fucking lame phone. I'll buy the oldest I'll go is a Samsung Galaxy 6.
that's fairly recent.
We're on 8 now. It's 2 years old.
I don't
Mine's
give
a 4.
I don't give a fuck, Schweiss. I just get a new phone.
Buying a 2-year-old phone is technically buying a peasant phone anyway. So just get a fucking flip phone that
I'm not.
stays on for days.
I can't use Audible with a fucking flip phone,
yeah,
Cameron.
right. Fucking.
Well, then get one of these fuckers. Actually, this was $200.
Oh yeah, that's way more than I paid for the one I have. So fuck you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No,
it
I
is.
bought a new battery skull. It's just a piece of shit phone.
It's
It's awful.
He did buy a new battery. We can confirm he bought a new battery.
It's terrible.
I bought this Nexus 6P.
Buy multiple batteries and,
and it's been
multiple
good
phones.
for 2
Yeah.
years. I'm going to be sad the day I have to replace this phone because it's been so good.
You know what you can do?
Gotta
Just
get
hand
that
it to
Google
Schweiss.
Pixel.
I could.
Schweiss.
I
The phone thing is driving us nuts, and you know they probably did call you and they didn't leave a voicemail.
Why wouldn't they leave a voicemail?
Why would they?
It's
leave
an
a voicemail?
appointment. It's professional to leave a voicemail.
Eh.
It's not like they're going to text me.
This voicemail box is full.
Oh my god! Yeah, it's probably full.
It might be. I doubt it, but it might be. There's a chance.
How are your 3 blog posts?
bitch, dude.
They good?
3? Did you
Their
do double again?
conception, their conception is
He
good.
said 24 blog posts.
The ideas of them are good.
The ideas of them existing are good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Just,
That's nice.
just not even the drafts are good.
The drafts would have to exist for them to be good.
It's gonna have another just like fake.
God damn it,
blog
dude!
post
Just do the
goal.
blog post.
I know. I will. I'll get around
That
to
hard.
It's a lot of work when you don't sit
It's
on
a
your...
lot. It's a lot
I'm
of
the
work.
only one who doesn't do blog post goals here. And guess who's the only one who has fucking blog posts?
So that's exactly correct. Don't make goals and they happen.
That's not true.
No, I mean I just don't have time when I'm putting 100 hours into a fucking fucking Monster Hunter World.
Or how
I
about
started
your
playing-
2-hour haircuts?
Oh no!
How about those?
I also
You don't
cleaned
have
the
time
kitchen.
doing that?
I told him, hey, he wanted me to get on help him with Monster Hunter World, and I had to get a haircut, which is true, and I got my haircut. But when I got home, I showered, I cleaned the kitchen, I made dinner, and then I got on.
Yeah, like the only thing I hear from him is like, yeah, well it's like, well, I got to go to the gym first, like an hour later, and then he was like, well, I got to get my hair cut, and then 2 hours after that, I was like, dude, what the fuck? You gonna get on at all?
Thought about it.
Whatever, Craig. You've been like, I'm just gonna eat dinner, and then not been on for like 2 hours too. So don't give me that.
Well, that's
shit.
how long
Yeah.
it takes him to eat dinner. It's not that he's slow.
It's not the only thing that happens.
It's that he's slow.
It's that he...
That's the only reason I can
he
think.
has
of.
No, so my
he
2 hour
has multiple
haircut. I mean, like
stomachs,
it's a 2 hour haircut. It's not like the haircut's the only thing that happens.
Yeah, you get the happy ending.
It's
He
the
goes to
only
one of
thing
those-
that you. It's the only excuse you gave, which is like a 10-minute thing at most. And it's like, okay,
Yeah, my haircut
2
was
hours
super
after that.
fast. I sat
I was
down,
like,
10 minutes later, I stood up.
the
It was
exact
that fast.
text I sent him was like, Jesus, Cam, how long is your fucking hair?
I just didn't
He
tell
goes
him that
to,
I was doing other stuff.
Cut your hair long time. down on Maine.
Yeah, blog posts. If you guys want to start instituting punishment to get the blog post done, that's fine.
No need
I love the
no need
tribunal
punishments.
so much, but it has failed.
Yeah, the democracy has failed.
What democracy? You just fucked it. That's all that happened.
You didn't do your punishment either. Your
Yeah,
only
it's in protest
justification is
because
that-
of Joe.
Oh yeah,
And I played Final Fantasy X, which I didn't want to do.
We said
which is
10
the
too.
original thing that I wanted to do.
Well, nobody
and
asked
then
you.
he fucking changed it, and then bitches about his goal or his punishment.
Craig, I know you don't have any depth perception, but when you use your finger to point at me, can you not be 3 inches away from my eye?
Well, how
Well, this guy.
How can I tell if I have no
Caleb's
depth
trying to
perception?
kill, blind, and maim us over the years.
My mom, who is also blind in one eye, does the same thing. And when she's holding a knife, when she's like at the kitchen or something, she hand talks with the knife. So she's swinging it all over the place. She's pointing at people.
You over there now.
Dangerously close to stabbing people my entire life, guys. I don't know how I'm alive. It's insane. All right. How's the weight loss?
Weight loss has actually been fluctuating just because I haven't stuck on the diet. So I went down real good. I went back up, but I bought keto strips and I've restocked all my keto food. So I'm ready to hit strong again.
Keto food.
Keto food.
Wait, read or listen to 30 books.
So
Should be
this
a few
year,
in by now.
I decided not to just restrict myself to nonfiction. Last year, the whole thing was, hey, I want to learn something from listening to all these books.
And this year you're like, I don't
This
need to
year,
learn
no.
anything.
This
I've
year's like
learned all I
I've learned
need.
it all.
This year, there's a few
Great learning.
fiction books that I wanted to listen to, but I didn't. I couldn't because I didn't have the time. It wasn't part of the goal. So this year, I allowed myself to listen to nonfiction books just because there's that new Brandon Sanderson book out that I'm listening to right now. The one thing about these fantasy epics is they take for fucking ever to listen to.
Isn't that the point though? Like, how many credits do you get a month in Audible?
I get one a month, and I have like 3 credits unused right
But
now.
you need. Oh, okay. If you have that many unused, like for me,
Because it has taken most of the half of last month and most of this month to listen to this one book from Brandon Sanderson. And it is a great book. I'm loving every second of it. But my God, I can't listen to fantasy books if I want to make my reading goal.
How long is that one?
I can pull it up. It's long.
Just go over to his house and tell him you got to split this up, dude. It's
Well,
too
you
long.
fucking listen to like all of Eye of the World,
Yeah.
the Wheel of Time.
I listened to that series 2 times in 1 year.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
Why?
so it doesn't seem
Because
like
I was taking a break from Audible credits and didn't have anything else to listen to.
There's podcasts.
Well, I listen to a podcast
Podcasts
here and there.
exist. Oh, jeez.
just get the Sherlock Holmes collection. Seriously, it's like one fucking credit,
I bought,
and it's like over 70 hours of Sherlock Holmes.
I used one of my credits on the. There's like a Game of Thrones. It's a prequel book. and I bought it. It's only 10 hours long, and I felt so wrong about it. I was like, I shouldn't have used
Only
a credit.
10 hours
I shouldn't have used a
long.
credit for 10 hours. Like, the standard's been
Wow.
40 plus.
The book Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson's like 55 hours long.
I think that's longer than the book 5 of Thrones that I have.
Yeah.
That one's only 46.
That must be a massive book.
In person? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen
It depends
it.
on who reads it, though. Because some of those
It's
people...
Michael-
it's
it's
the
Michael
people who
Kramer.
do
It's
Wheel-
Michael
Wheel of
Kramer
Time.
and Kate Redding.
Yeah, Wheel of Time couple.
Yep. They
So-
are phenomenal voice
They
actors.
are good. That's insane. How many? So you're only just doing the one book?
Yeah, I've only gotten most of the way through. I have 6 hours left. I just
You're-
looked.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to read a whole bunch of small books to catch up.
That's what I did last year. I had a few
uh,
big ones, but then like the rest were kind of small.
They had that free. What was it? Just the dude who did Tale of Two Cities. What was it?
Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens. Yeah, they had like a free Charles Dickens book that was like 3 hours, like on Christmas.
You mean A Christmas Story?
No, it was
that the
Cricket on the
Christmas-
Hearth, I think.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then you have one of my favorite books from last year, Genghis Khan, The Making of the Modern World, and you haven't listened to it yet.
No, not yet. I got about 5 books in Audible I haven't listened to yet.
Okay. That book was my favorite book of
How many
last year.
hours do you have on Audible, Cameron?
Like in total, or...
Yeah.
So total listening hours...
Oh, by the way, guys, audibletrial.com/Nude Clan. That's where you go.
Yep.
If you want to
Just
get
listen
in on
to
this.
all
If you
the
have
books.
a monotonous job and you are tired of music, Audible is awesome. It's a lot of fun.
or
total,
download our podcast.
total listening
12
is 1 month, 24 days, 19 hours, and 23 minutes.
So 54 days of listening.
Yeah.
That's a shitload. I have like 3 days.
And this is like in the 2 years I've owned Audible.
You own Audible.
He
I own
owns
it.
all of Audible.
I don't know if you know this.
I kind of want to get more credits, but I don't know. I'm kind of torn on it. Because
I have the 2 a month.
It gets so expensive. Like, I'm just like,
I have all of the badges
like-
except the ones that... I don't have the social butterfly because you have to tweet your fucking books you read. I guess I could do that to our
Wait, how much?
Twitter.
How much time did you have? It was how many months?
I have 1 month
1
and
month.
24 days.
I got 1 month and 2 days. Damn it.
1
Can't
month,
count
24
this more.
days, 19
Let's
hours.
listen to that.
Yeah, but I didn't
Wheel of
listen to
Time
Wheel of Time
twice.
twice. Jesus Christ.
yeah, I was thinking about getting those.
There was a lot of driving that year.
I was thinking about getting those with this new credit, the first one, but then I was like, nah. I already
Dude.
own it.
You got
Although I already own the Game of Thrones books too, so I guess it's not fair. But
got to do that Wheel of Time. You're like the only one at this table who hasn't.
Speaking
that's
of
true. Oh, yeah.
Schweiss, 100 or excuse me, let's do books. 24 books.
I have read / listened to 2.5.
2.5. Perfect. Right on time.
Well, maybe 2 1/3, I guess. But yeah,
Well, you're a little behind actually. Should be at 3.
Are you listening at 1.2 speed?
no, I'm listening at 1 speed.
Okay, that's what
I
I've
work
been
like
listening to
60
as well.
hours a week, so like speeding it up is just going to be me burning through my Audible very quickly.
But can you listen to your book while working at the same time?
Yes,
Okay. See, I can't do
it's
that.
mindless work.
Yeah.
It is mindless.
There's no way I could do that at my...
It is fucking mindless, and my phone dies, and then it's horrible. It's a horrible
So
time.
I get...
Because it dies in like 2 hours. Sometimes.
Another reason to get a new phone.
Oh my
right
god,
there.
Schweiss, fucking get a new phone.
It's so much
How many
money.
fucking reasons do you have to get a new phone?
At least
there's-
one more.
There's like
Hey,
there's a
Schweiss?
stack, and then the reasons to not get a new phone
Is it
is like
expensive?
it's slightly more expensive than you would like.
Dude, it is not slightly more expensive. If I get the new S8, you know how much fucking money that is?
Why
It's
are
like,
you getting get the cheapest smartphone that they have there? You'll be able to use your Audible and it'll be fine.
But it's...
Cricket had some pretty decent, cheap smartphones.
And its battery will probably fucking last.
I would hope it would last longer than this thing. I bet you there are like, vibrators that last longer than this phone's battery. I'm serious. Sometimes it's dead within 2 hours of me
I don't
turning
know.
it on.
Do you have a lot of experience
Do you
with the
just
vibrator?
leave it on like the highest like backlight?
No, and it's no something is wrong with this
Thing
phone.
is wrong.
Because it gets hot. Like in my pocket, it'll be like hot.
That's
as
because
fuck.
the phone has a whole bunch of stuff it's trying to do. That heat is from your processor just working and turning on a whole bunch of stuff. So I wouldn't be
It's
surprised.
working. It's
I
working,
wouldn't be
baby.
surprised if you've downloaded some unintended things on that phone and it's just
You should
working away.
probably uninstall everything.
No, just factory reset it. And that might or might not help fix it.
The battery life just sucks in this phone, though.
So my battery life was getting kind of bad on this one, where I could go basically a work day and it was dying. But after I factory reset it, it's been just fine. I mean, it's probably like 80% of when I first bought it, but
I've never been able to do a full work day ever.
Yeah.
Never, ever. And that's when I'm not using it at
buy
all.
a new
Nothing
phone.
is being used. It's just sitting there. It's just fucking paperweight, and it still dies. I'm going today. I'm going to go buy a new phone.
Are you someone who likes to open a lot of apps and never close them?
No,
he likes to download things that give him ads on purpose, though.
That's right. I do have something that does
fucking
that.
tard.
I get money from it. I got $30.
I get fucking cents.
I'm like,
yeah, I do get cents.
honestly, part of me thinks it's just that app.
I had it without it too, and it was
Okay.
bad.
All
The
right.
battery, it's just an
just
S4.
go to Cricket. They don't do any fucking financing things anymore. So whatever you see there, you're gonna have to buy outright.
No, I know. I don't want to finance it. I'm not an asshole. I don't want to get a phone loan.
Then
Phone
just
loan.
just find a decent phone that won't die in a day.
I think just about every other phone in the world is probably fits that bill.
How long ago was
This was T-Mobile's cheapest phone.
How long ago did we go to
very
Colorado?
well.
How long ago was that Colorado trip?
2 years,
I had this phone on that trip.
year and a half, I think. Maybe.
I had this phone on that trip, and it's been great.
Yeah.
If you buy a quality phone, it'll last you for a long time.
It'll last you like 3 years max, but
Mine's
call
just
that
fine.
a long time.
But I don't visit all the porn sites that you do to
I
fucking slow down
visit
your phone.
one porn site. I don't do that.
He has that one porn site that he likes. He has like several videos that he constantly watches, and then he's good.
No, there's some favorites. Yeah, I do some exploring, but
Familiar territory is the best territory.
so there's some categories, some go-tos. Yeah,
Quick fix.
not quick fix usually. I mean,
Save to his bookmarks.
if I want a quick fix, I just type in one person's name and we're good. You're all welcome for that information, by the way. Okay, 170 pounds.
Oh, I'm fat as fuck right now. I weigh like 210.
You're not fat as fuck. I'm fat as fuck right now.
I don't have man boobs. I've never had man boobs. I'll say that.
You're getting there.
Nah.
Yeah, there's a crease, and it's not a flattering one. That's a man boob, Schweiss.
That ain't no man boob.
You can
That's a man boob.
You can go for a full dip in that right now. I'm just saying.
That's a man boob.
No, it's
Yeah.
a peck. It's a peck.
It's like an A cup.
No.
It's not an A cup. Are you fucking high? There is no cup. It's just there. It's part of the peck. It's there. All right, I'm getting fat.
Is it a
All right.
peck?
I am getting fat, so that's not going well.
I just thought, should we all get our bra sizes done?
Yeah,
just as
probably.
encouragement to lose weight.
Yeah. So yeah, that's not going well at all. I just keep getting off the diet. I mean, it was going kind of okay.
To be fair, you do have a temptress here. As you're like, do you want this? It's like, oh,
That's
God.
the fucking worst part about being on a diet. You tell people you're on a diet, and they're like, "Have some
They're
of this
like,
cream
what
pie."
about this?
Yeah.
How about this?
There is a lot of
Of course,
stuff.
then I did just see him go, give me some Reese's.
Yeah. The sugar-free kind? No, not the sugar-free kind.
What am I, sub Gaylord?
I need the regular kind.
Yeah. No,
Did you also get the 1 pound ones?
Yeah.
I got a thing where everybody in my family celebrates a birthday every other time. And yeah, I honestly, it's real. I can't say no to the fucking cake and ice cream. And it just, that'll drop me off.
I can say no to. Ice cream.
Stuff.
And cake, if you get like an ice cream cake, then that's fucking game over.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Those are god
For me, cakes, ice cream, and candy has never been a big temptation. It's always fucking like pizza or burritos and stuff like that.
Or beer.
Or beer.
Yeah, beer.
Nah.
I love beer.
Beer is nasty, dude.
Nah.
Captain
Just that
Masters needs to come
the
back.
wheaty goodness.
Yeah.
All
Bread,
right.
too.
12 platinum trophies.
I have 2.
2. Okay. That's pretty good. You're ahead of time.
I have a third one that's a gimme, a 10-hour gimme, but I'm not going to do that one yet.
You're going to save it.
Yeah.
The Telltale game.
You're supposed to beat all the games you buy. I know
Um,
you just ordered like a bunch of games that we're not going to play on UFF for like 2 years.
I think that still counts, though.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. Do you think that's a disqualification?
Well, you need him for another show, so I think it's fine. But
Because that's kind of the intent behind it, was anything outside of what I absolutely need, I beat. Probably should have said that, though.
No, I got it. It's fine.
So far, I haven't bought anything that I haven't completed this year that wasn't Final Fantasy, or that I am working on currently.
For Nude Clan.
Yeah, there will be a couple games that will come up that I will buy, like God of War and Red Dead in October, but those I have no doubt that I will finish.
15 grand towards the principal of your house.
Well, I'm not there yet. And I think...
Should have had 1 or 2 payments by now?
I think I only have 1 right now.
Okay.
Because I paid the last one in like the end of December, and then it pushed the due date to February. But it totally counted it on last year's payments, which is fucking stupid. I think right now I have like... Oh, it's a lot. It's like $1,200 or something already.
Oh, you went... Okay, so a cell phone is too much.
Yes.
Okay.
But I did pay $1,700 on my mortgage like 2 weeks ago. But a cell phone is way too much, yes.
Okay.
$200 for a phone? No.
That's pretty good.
I don't even buy new socks, man. You know this. You know how I
Yeah,
am.
that drives me fucking
dude,
nuts.
fucking go get a fucking.
I've got at
Walmart.
least 6 pair
It's
of
like $8.
I know, 6 total socks.
Is that too
are
much
fine.
too?
Yeah, it is.
$8 is too much for
Yeah.
like 12
Yes.
pairs of
Caleb,
socks.
do you see this home that I have here? I don't want to hear it about what's too much and what's not enough. I only need is 2 socks to live.
You
Two
need 2
socks.
pairs so that you can wear a pair of socks while you're washing the other pair. You need 2
That
pairs.
is preferred. It's a high want, not a need.
That's true.
And yet you've
a
got
high
like,
want.
and then he's got like 4 TV screens just like against the wall here. A giant TV, another TV down there that he uses for like playing his games, and then the 2 giant computer screens that cost over $200.
You keep using this word giant like it applies to any of his TVs here.
They're pretty big. They're decent size.
The one is tiny.
It's not tiny.
These
It's
are
like
monitors.
It's like, well, the fucking one TV screen you got down there is like 32, and you're like sitting right in front of it the entire time while you're streaming.
Yeah, using small TVs as monitors isn't very good, though.
No, not really. I don't use it as that, though. I use it for my PS4.
Okay.
Write a feature-length L Husk screenplay.
I've thought of
gonna happen, by
revisions,
the
but I
way.
haven't written anything.
Thought of revisions for something that's
That
not
doesn't
written.
exist.
Yeah, for no,
you
thought
gotta,
of-
you gotta like write it first before it can have
no. I'm
revisions.
thinking of revisions to outlines, like to what I want the story to be. So I need to do an outline.
So you didn't do an outline that you're also not revisioning.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm revisioning.
So in
the
other words,
nothing.
you have nothing.
Exactly. I have a group of
Let's be clear here.
I have scenes.
You haven't written anything.
I have scenes, and that's it.
Okay. All right.
And I need to get the rights to a Doors song, but that's probably not going to happen.
a Doors song.
Yeah, it's
Which
gonna be
one? A Doors
amazing.
rip-off song somehow.
Which one?
The Backdoor Man.
Oh.
The little intro is going to be how the movie's going to start. Like super old, like intro, like riding that's all westernized. And the sun's going to be coming up, and I'm going to be riding on that horse naked. Fucking amazing.
Not if you don't lose that weight.
I think that'll make it even better. The balder and fatter I am, the better this
No.
fucking movie is.
Might as well
fucking-
have Danny DeVito play
The
you.
better this movie will be. I think that would make a great movie too. And the giant, the very large Mexican man that I'll have in there is going to ride a donkey because of my Red Dead Redemption character. I'm going to find a guy that looks just like that motherfucker. I'll make him play it. Even if he's not an actor, I'm like, dude, I need you. I need you for this movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's going horrible.
So I'm on track on Godzilla episodes. So 24 Godzilla episodes is going to be good. I got to get rid of a goal. 17 Final Fantasy games. Not going to do that this year.
Why don't you alter the goal to what the new standard is?
Fucking, I'd have to count it up very slowly. So my goal would now to be just on track with Final Fantasy games. Let's see. What's the December look like? Okay, the last Final Fantasy game we're supposed to play this year for Ultimate Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. So to get to Final Fantasy Mystic Quest is my altered goal. And that's for UFF reasons. It's not really Nude Clan reasons. So if you want to learn more about that, you can listen to UFF. Anyway.
An ending show, by the way.
We're totally on track to beat FF Advanced Tactics Advanced 2.
Just like we will all die
by
someday.
March 25th.
We have ending dates too.
Yeah.
Our lives.
Yeah, apparently we're quitting the show. That's what I heard from all the people talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
UFF is over.
I didn't know that was happening. Like, it's news to me. Guess I'm quitting.
I guess we're done, right?
Yeah. All that talk of Xenogears and Xeno blah, 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 and there's, fuck it, we're done.
Yeah, no more, right?
None.
Yeah,
not even this week's that we already recorded. It's nothing. Just quit now.
We're done. Yeah, no more UFF. I'm so sad UFF is ending. What? The fuck is wrong with you people? Jesus Christ!
I mean, it is a big. For some of them, it is a big part of their podcast.
It's a change,
but it's not ending. Though that's the thing, though, is it isn't ending even when it happens, and it's not even a change of pace. It's just a change of. We're only doing reviews.
It's pace. It's not weekly.
The pace, I guess, the pace of the show, but the pace of us playing the games will probably be the same. Ish.
We'll see. It'll probably slow down a bit, but
I mean, it depends on what we start with.
It also depends on what's going on in our lives, which
That's
is a
true.
big part of us doing that. So,
yeah,
we'll still be playing them.
We'll see what Joe plans arise in that time.
Yeah, we will, won't we?
Yeah,
won't we? Speaking of Joe plans, 190 pounds.
Is that another one you need to alter?
No, it's not one. I honestly, I need.
You could probably hit that.
No, it's 230 pounds.
I can't let you be. I can't let you be fucking.
You can't let me weigh less than you.
Can't allow it.
Okay. Well, don't worry. I'm on track in the other direction.
Oh, that's
perfectly.
good. I'm glad.
I gained 10 pounds over Christmas. Gained probably another 2 pounds since then. But I've been fluctuating a lot, so I don't know what the real weight is right now. Either way, I've had like max 4 days on the diet over and over again, and then I'll crash at some point during the week. I don't know why I'm having this problem, so that's been a problem. And then my activity level went way down after leaving the FedEx job, so.
Should have a workout
me.
goal, a weekly workout goal.
All right, let's get personal here. You're right. I should have a workout goal, and I do have one written down, as if I was going to do it. There has been an injury on the bottom of my foot since I did that hike, and I decided that since I'm not doing FedEx right now, that the time for that injury to heal would be now. And it has healed quite a bit.
What injury are we talking about here?
I'm talking about I have an ugliness underneath my foot of it was a wound turned into a callus. And so it's just terrible on one of my feet. And actually, it's not that bad right now. Now it's just kind of weird looking. But yeah, I haven't been walking because of that.
So
I've just been sitting around.
I talked to Caleb. This Caleb Craig over here, and I kind of want to make swimming a part of our exercise routine.
Jesus Christ.
Now, for people who have hurt feet,
synchronized,
hurt feet, hurt hips, and just generally exercises hard overall, swimming would be a great way to start getting into shape. Now, if we started doing a swimming regimen, would you join? A swimming
Cameron, I can't afford to drive.
This sounds really gay.
Yes, it does, but it's actually good for you.
Will it be choreographed?
No, just
okay. It sounds straighter, but
you're fucking in the water and you're just swimming.
Wait, so we're fucking in the water, but it's not gay.
No. You are fucking.
It's
in the
not
water.
gay if your balls don't touch.
I'm fucking the water.
In the water.
Oh,
yes.
in the okay. Are we fucking each other? Or
No.
is it,
yeah, it's
not
underwater.
is it just whoever we find that's not each other?
So if you have an issue with not being able to use your foot for some reason, Swimming would be a great way to exercise, and most gyms have swimming pools.
You'll have
just
to
for
swim down here, though. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that'll be interesting.
I'm sick of the bottom of my foot looking like the moon.
I
So
think that sounds
Got
awesome.
craters and stuff.
it doesn't sound great. My sister was like, "Are you diabetic? That looks like a diabetic foot dealio." And I'm like, "I'm not diabetic. I just had that tested." And no,
did too.
it's a hardened, horrible callus. Is what it is.
Does it hurt?
No,
Well, then who cares? What does it matter?
I care because if I take
Yeah, if it doesn't hurt, then
if I
why
take
you
my
care
socks
about
off,
it?
It's disgusting looking.
Well, yeah,
That's
it's a foot. It's disgusting.
all.
feet are
all
disgusting.
feet are disgusting.
Like
You're right.
the hair on my feet are gross.
But it is healing right now. I see.
My two big toes look like plump fucking tomatoes just because most of the nails were taken off.
Cameron, you also have horrible feet.
Oh yeah,
Your feet are especially bad. I've never
Yeah.
had foot problems in my life.
I have had foot problems my whole life. Feet problems.
yeah, Cameron's got
Ingrown
club
toenails.
foot.
They're not fun.
Not only that, but I'm
It's got tarred foot. Is what
pretty
I
sure
would
that
like. tarred foot.
like all the bones in my right foot can move all around when I do stuff. So,
Can
which
you,
is
wait, can
probably
you like
part of why
hold
I
a
messed up my
glass?
hip.
Can you like drink from a glass with your foot? Is that what you're telling me right now?
No.
Because that's what it sounds like. Like you're like I can move the bones around.
No, it's just like flexing
I
the
could
top
jack
bones.
off with my right foot, not my left one. The left one is loosey, but the righty is righty tighty. Right?
But when the bones in my foot are out, you can feel it. Just the way you walk, the way your foot
clench.
feels, like the just tightness on the bottom of your foot that hurts after a while. Yeah. So,
Okay.
yep.
I don't know what that is, but
Yeah. Just don't fuck with your foot. Don't push your foot bones down.
I don't fuck with my feet.
yeah.
Mostly these days, I don't fuck at all. Okay.
These days,
These days, I don't fuck at all.
Making it sound like you've.
It's been a few days.
A few days.
a few days.
a couple calendar days.
A few days. Never,
Write 8 screenplays. I'm on track to write a full first draft of one next week.
So not quite up to snuff, but close.
Well,
Well,
this is the one that I'm putting a lot of focus on. So I'll be working on this one for a little while too. So, and I've overwritten a lot, so I have to do a lot of editing on this one. Not that anyone gives a shit, but that is one of my goals. So I'm kind of up to date on it, kind of not. I'll write the other ones faster though. That's my other thing with that. All right, guys. Anybody want to add anything to add?
I don't know. I saw this thing, so I need to do my own little rage podcast probably.
You do that.
To just keep it separate because there are some sensitive people.
Are there?
But yeah, no, I for some reason, so I like movies quite a bit, right? I enjoy movies. I enjoy watching all the best pictures, and it's funny because I like movies for the art and the storytelling and the directing and like pretty much everything that makes movies. But I just hate the people that like are part of all of that. Like I just fucking hate them. Like, and I was reading an article. I pull up an article and it says this year's Oscars are especially ridden with controversy. And I'm like, really? Like what? I can't really think of a.
That's your problem. Is that you read an article?
bullshit.
You read a clickbait article.
It's true. I did.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And it was. I don't remember who. No, it might have been. I don't think it was like Huffington Post because I don't see them anymore. Whenever I go over them, like my vision gets really blurry, and then like when I pass it, it like becomes normal again. So it's not
Physically
them.
blocking your
Yeah,
mind.
like physically, like oh man, I really don't want to fucking read anything those people have to say, kind of a thing. Yeah. I don't remember who it was, but I was like, oh, I wonder what it is. Like maybe there's some behind the scenes stuff that I just don't know about. Because I mean, there was the accusation against James Franco, right? So that kind of fucked him out of the disaster artist. Apparently, is what a lot of people were saying. So I was like, maybe it's just more on that, like
I don't know.
which I think is absurd, but whatever. And I pull it open, and the first thing I read was about a movie that I enjoyed greatly, which was 3 Billboards outside Ebbings, Missouri, right?
Yeah.
I think this movie is fantastic. I don't think it's the best movie from last year.
I think it's the best of the Best Picture nominees.
I think it is the best of the Best Picture nominees easily.
Yeah.
Easily. Dunkirk is great. And the gay movie is certainly very gay.
The gay
and I thought it was good. And
I don't think that's the title.
One of the
movie.
things I was laughing at, because there was the stick of thirds in that movie. There was a shot where like it showed the lawn and like them walking out, and there was the stick that was like perfectly marking off the like final section of the rule of thirds. Okay. And I was like, I noticed it, and I was like, that's kind of precision. I mean, it's weird, but good movies. All of them good movies. I haven't seen the Phantom Thread yet. I'm planning on seeing it tonight or tomorrow, depending on what time I get back.
Yeah, I kind of go 3 Billboards, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread.
Really? Lady Bird next?
I love Lady Bird.
I don't know if I could do
it was
that.
Great.
I think it's a movie that I've seen like 5 times.
I thought it was so great.
It is really funny.
It's the
though.
best version of whatever fucking movie you're talking about. So.
Edge of 17 is a pretty great movie.
Edge of 17. I haven't seen that one.
It's the same thing almost.
Okay. Well, it's a coming of age movie. So was
this one was funnier though.
So was Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah, that one's like a weird sex coming of age thing.
This one had a weird sex coming of age.
Yeah, I
thing
guess
too.
it did, and it was funnier.
It's
certainly funnier.
A lot funnier. I fucking loved it. I love Lady Bird.
I read this article.
Love it.
And it said, I don't think there was anything on Lady Bird. I think that one is pure.
Well, yeah, there's nothing to be controversial.
Yeah,
because
it's a women writing a movie that was directed by a woman, so like it's all everything they want it to be, right? So it's fine, and it was a great movie. It really was. It really was.
Yeah,
it was great. There you go. Not a sexist, right? So the one I read though, it said that Billboards was like approving of racism. Now, I if you guys haven't seen the movie, I'm not really going to spoil it here with what I'm going to say. There's a character who is extremely racist.
He's more than that.
And he's an asshole. This guy is a fuckface.
And
he's a cop,
an idiot.
and he abuses. He's actually mentally like slow. Like he's kind of a little bit retarded.
He's dumb.
And he's a cop, right? And he abuses people, and he throws this one guy out of a fucking window, like on the second story. He's crazy. And the review was saying that the movie was racist because he does all these things.
It was a super intense, horrible scene, and it's hard to laugh during the comedy parts of that movie because the violent parts are brutal.
It's insane. It's like watching Drive, but with the funny and not Ryan Gosling like being surprised all the time. It's kind of like that. Not as brutal as Drive though. Let's be clear. Like that is fucking nuts. When the shotgun thing through the window, I was like, Jesus Christ. Not that. But the movie. So this guy's a horrible racist. He's a terrible human being. And then like her daughter gets the main lady's daughter gets like raped and murdered, and they're trying to find out who fucking raped and murdered her. And the whole point of the movie is like she's pissed because the cops kind of didn't find him, and she thinks they dropped the ball, and there's all this good drama stuff between her and the cop, the police chief. And anyway, this guy and the girl end up finding out that there's this dude in town that's like from out of town that brags about like raping somebody
in a similar way.
Yeah, in a similar way. The guy gets his DNA because he gets into a bar fight with him, and like they test it, and it wasn't him. And that guy goes out to his home, but they find out where he lives, and they're basically at the end of the movie they drive to like go kill the guy. And then the movie just ends. And the reviewer was saying that the movie was justifying racism by the character redeeming himself in the end. And now, first off,
he doesn't redeem himself of racism.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't redeem himself really at all. You like the character more, but he's still an asshole. And this is the thing that bogs my mind about these people, like these individuals that think this way, that think that, oh, you can't be one thing and still be a good person. You totally can. If you are racist,
you can be good in some ways and bad in another.
If you're a racist but you donate $1 million to a cancer fund, that doesn't mean you're still an evil person for being racist. You're still a racist asshole. That will always be part of you. The racist asshole bit will be you, but you can still be good in some way. There's not just good and evil. And the crazy thing to me is all these liberals that think that way are the ones that are godless heathens. And that's a very Western... That's a Western idea of good and evil. So, like, where do they get it from? Isn't that so true? It's crazy.
Can we say once again that you are atheist?
I am an atheist, yes. I am one of them godless heathens. But, like, they think in this, like, term of, like, this Western, like, religious mindset that they're stuck in, even though they hate God. They hate everything about religion. And, like, I kind of agree with them. But they still are stuck in this, like, oh, he's racist, so he can't have done something good in his life ever. It's like, Jesus Christ, everyone does good things. Like, Hitler was a great artist. Horrible human being.
he wasn't a great artist.
Okay, he did art. I'm
He
sure the
did
guy
art.
did good things
He did
in his
art.
life. That doesn't mean, and he is evil. I'm not saying that Hitler's not evil. I'm just saying that people are
He
usually.
netted evil.
He did net evil. Yeah. He batted 750 on the evil side.
we always
at
go to
least.
Hitler?
Well, because he's the most evil human being, quote unquote. I mean,
No, there's.
I think Pal Pot might be worse than him.
yeah,
the China guy.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, and it's Stalin too. But
they're all pretty bad.
But yeah, like it's this idea that when you just because you are one thing that's not acceptable, you are automatically evil. You're automatically
Genghis
evil.
Khan, famous
And I think,
rapist.
and I think it's crazy. I think it's absolutely absurd. And then there was another part that said, like, if you didn't like Get Out, then you're racist. There was another part of the article, and I was like, Get Out's a good movie. I don't know anyone that doesn't like Get Out. I don't think it's the best movie. Honestly, I think it's one that probably deserves to be a high rating because there's not really much to dislike about the movie. And that's what Rotten Tomatoes is did you like it or did you not fucking like it? And most people are going to like it. So it's going to have a great thing. And it's got like a 99 because it's mostly good. It's absurd though.
I like all the Best Picture nominees this year. I do.
Yeah. It's not as good as last year, I don't think, but it's still good.
But I got to tell you, I watched Get Out with so much anticipation.
Because you heard
this
like
thing
it's so
better
awesome.
Be fucking
Yeah.
great. And I watched it, and it had really great moments in it, certainly. And overall, it's a very good movie. I can't understand why he got nominated for Best Director.
There's not really that much impressive directing, is there?
No.
It's just
No,
standard
in fact,
directing.
actually, there was one scene I thought was directed not well, and I didn't know he was nominated for directing in it. And then I looked at the thing, and I was like, what? He got nominated for Best Directing, and fucking Call Me By Your Name didn't. Like, I thought that was better directed.
I would agree, yeah.
Than Get Out. The scene I'm talking about in Get Out is when he starts exploring the house, and, you know, the guy's running across the field. That's shot really awkwardly. I didn't think that was done very well. And then there's another scene where he's in the hallway, and then there's a big music blast when the lady just walks across the hallway. And I thought it was a cheap trying to get a scare. I didn't think it worked very well visually or in the soundscape of things. I thought that scene was weak. And I have no idea why he got against the other films. I don't know why he got nominated for Best Director.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
And here's the thing.
God, is
And I know it doesn't. No, I know it doesn't happen all the time, but it's going to happen with the one that everybody loves.
He has great
just is.
moments of directing in it, certainly.
It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter as long as it's at least a good job and it's from a group of people that don't have a lot of accomplishments. It's going to be a great job suddenly.
Wow.
In the film industry,
Sure. Okay.
I don't
In
agree
the
that that's
American
necessarily
film
true
industry,
with it,
yeah.
but yeah.
So I don't know. I think they should bring the Best Picture nominees back down.
I think it's
also.
ridiculous. Yeah, it's no longer the best. And this is the hard part is because it's super subjective because what I think is the best.
It is very subjective.
And that's why it's hard to justify the idea that they're doing it to be PC because maybe they're not. Maybe they do actually think that Get Out is that great of a movie.
Was Greta Gerwig nominated for Best Director?
The girl? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was? Okay, good.
Oh, yeah.
I was about to say, like, she knew it.
Well, Schweiss, it's like that thing that I think I told you guys about where I saw that somebody said that if you don't see, somebody had given Black Panther a bad rating, like its first bad rating, right? And basically made the argument that, you know, Black Panther didn't beat up too many bad guys, and that's why he didn't like it.
It is true. He doesn't have that many.
And then because of that, he gave it a bad rating, and everybody just started saying that he didn't like the movie because he was racist.
Yeah.
Like, and then it was like, okay, so you're saying that he doesn't like the movie because he's racist, but the reason he gave is, you know, I actually believe that he didn't like it because he didn't beat up too many bad guys.
I can believe that
because
too.
people like Batman vs Superman. People like Justice League. People like the shitty superhero movies, like on the lowest end, in like all Michael Bay movies and stuff. So it's like, why? Why do you have to immediately go to the racist place?
Well, and the sad part is the fact that the idea that that guy is racist for that, but if you... to me, honestly, and I know Tarantino's gotten a lot of hot water for saying really similar stuff, like There was I can't remember what movie he was talking about.
Selma.
On this.
He was talking about Selma being directed like a TV movie.
Yeah, and he didn't like it, and he wasn't impressed, and he felt like everyone had the praise for it because
I
it was
liked
directed
Selma
by
quite a bit.
by a woman, right? Wasn't that his whole point?
It's a black woman, actually, and she is quite talented.
It doesn't matter. I think what is the true racism in this situation is when they do that because of their race. That is what racism is. It's treating someone differently based on the color of their skin. Saying that your movie is better because you come from a group of people that don't traditionally make a lot of movies, that is racist. What I'm saying isn't racist at all. What I'm saying is my true opinion that I don't think that fucking Get Out movie is that great. I still gave it 4.5 stars. And you know what? The only 5-star movie from last year was fucking Blade Runner 2047, and it got fucked.
2049.
2049, yeah, that's right.
The
And it got fucking ripped off. Yeah, 47 is the 1.5. That was a great motherfucking movie, and it didn't get nominated. And Get Out did.
Yeah, I think Spielberg was a better director. Post, of course. I think Joe Wright. Honestly, I can't believe
For
that
Baby Driver?
for Darkest Hour.
Oh, wait. Who's... Oh, I'm thinking of Edgar Wright.
Yeah, you're thinking of
Edgar
Edgar Wright. Sorry, Joe Wright, director of Darkest Hour, was fan-fucking-tastic in his direction of Darkest Hour. I don't think Get Out is as strong. Visually, it's just not as strong.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like
I do think if you have 10 nominees and if Blade Runner was included, then I would be happy with all the nominees. The fact that Blade Runner's not on there pisses me off, but the nominees for Best Director I think are odd.
Yeah, it's
odd.
appeasing is what it feels like to me, and it's ridiculous because and then the Oscars have done this forever.
Yeah,
and the other thing I hate that they do is they're like, oh, this is a good director, but they haven't won a best director yet. Let's just give it to them. No, fuck that. If Game of Thrones is the best TV show ever, it should win every fucking award every single season. Fuck Handmaid's Tale. Fuck the fucking Halloween show. I can't remember what it's called. Fuck it all. Thrones is the best. Suck my dick. Nothing else wins. If you're the second best show and you're coming out when the first best show, the greatest show of all time is, you lose every time. That's how it should work. You shouldn't get
You believe in
handouts.
true meritocracy.
I do. I believe in the
on a
best
subjective platform.
on a subjective platform where I'm objectively right. That's the hard part, though, is that it's subjective. That's what makes it hard.
Someone might say Get Out was... I'll tell you, that first scene of Get Out was beautifully directed, where the guy's just along the street and then the other guy's like the blocking in that scene, camera placement, acting in that thing, that's great direction. But there are some weak scenes in there. I don't think there's a single weak scene of direction in Darkest Hour.
No, there's nothing bad.
So I can't even.
And they're all great movies, though. Is the thing. Like there might be some weird directing, but
they're
I think
all
Get Out's
worth watching.
I think Get Out's got a great script. I think Get Out's funny. I think Get Out's crazy. I think it has an interesting political message. It's a little, and it's not super ham-handed with it either. Like it's pretty responsible.
The trailer was super ham-handed.
The trailer, yes.
The movie itself, no.
But we have seen some fucking awful trailers for some good movies.
I didn't want to see Get Out because that trailer was so fucking awful.
Yeah, there have been some truly horrible trailers for great movies.
So I like that movie a lot, but I think the best director nominee, I just don't understand why he got nominated.
Yeah,
just don't.
I don't know, and it just bothers me because like it's happened time and time again, even in the past with like, oh, this guy did like 5-6 great movies. We should probably nominate him. And they're like, oh, we should probably just give it to that guy. And I'm like, no, fuck that.
Or giving John Wayne Best Actor.
Yeah, like it's just giving it away. And I'm like, he wasn't the best actor this year.
No,
he wasn't. And like he was the best actor the last 10 years, but he didn't win the last 10 years, and you shouldn't give it to him now because he didn't win before.
Yeah.
You win or you lose.
Here's the thing that I like about the Oscars, though. They're a little less picky-choosy because they are voted upon by people in the industry that are part of the Academy. So it's like, it's different than a bunch of journalists voting for it.
Yeah, but it's also so campaigny, because Isao Takahata should have won.
It is campaigny.
He should have won, and he got snubbed by a lesser movie.
Honestly, the thing that's important, I think, is that the movies that are nominated kind of usually stand the test of time. It's not always the winner that's the one that's
true. Honestly, the winners become infamous sometimes. Like
Crash.
Like Crash is hated, yeah. And I hate the fact that Saving Private Ryan lost to anything, including that fucking Shakespeare in Love movie, which is a great movie. I think it's fun. It's It's not even close though. It's like a 20% difference in awesome. but Spielberg has won before, so he can't win again. I just got to give it to somebody new. It's just crazy. I hate it. And I can't watch the Oscars either because it's nothing but political bullshit in between accepting
It has
their
been
awards.
for the last 3 years.
Yeah, they
It's
just can't shut the fuck up. Like,
and
I don't watch it anymore. Is because that, and
I don't know.
I just don't have time.
I don't know. This year it's going to be all about Trump.
Yeah, it's
Definitely.
gonna be annoying. It's got that. Who is it? Jimmy Fallon that's hosting it.
Jimmy Kimmel, and he did a good job last year. He did a really good job last year.
That was before though.
No, they had problems with Oscar So White 2 years ago, and then what the heck was the controversy last year? No, the controversy last year was also Trump because he was just put in office.
It's funny because I said it before.
Now it's going to be
he was the most middle ground
Trump
of all
and
of them.
Russian collusion.
Yeah. And I think it's important as I accept this.
Yeah, but he had the least
amount.
amount of humanity. He may have been the most politically centrist of all of them, but that's only because he didn't have a fucking
game plan.
game.
Yeah, that's how sad this is. This guy, and I saw this meme. It's like,
oh my God.
The woman that works, her whole life towards this goal got defeated by a guy who picked up the hobby in the summer. I'm like, that's sad for her more than anything, to be honest.
He's been planning it since the mid-90s.
Oh, I'm sure he has.
Yeah.
I've watched interviews with him, like, just kind of poking at it, like, well, I would love to do this.
Well, I read that biography, man. It was enlightening, to say the least.
I don't know. Hey, man, all I'm saying is if he gets rid of the mandate for insurance, I'm going to be a much larger fan than I am right now. Because that's bullshit.
Yeah, there's a few things where I'm like, if Trump does this, I'm not going to...
Just, I'm not going to vote for him because I don't vote for...
So far, he's done nothing, so pretty normal for U.S. presidents by this point, so...
Yeah. But that's what it'll be about.
He's talked a lot.
And that's why I don't watch the Oscars. And that's what makes it so hard is because I really do like movies like a lot. And I like the technical side of it. I like, because you talk about that shit all the time and I've like kind of started to pay attention to like, okay, how does this scene actually look? Like, is this a well-directed movie? Because there's standard coverage movies, which are, fine.
They're fine.
And they can be good movies, but they're usually good for other reasons.
There was once a point in time where standard coverage was experimental.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah, it wasn't always the standard.
Yeah.
Because at one point there were nothing was standard.
There was a truly racist man who came up with that.
Yeah, wasn't that the
It was
Birth of a
D.W.
Nation?
Griffith. Yeah.
Yeah, and and the idea that should be like banned because of that's just crazy to me too. I don't know. It's pretty fucked up, but
yeah, Spike Lee wanted to basically erase it from history, but not putting it in the Library of Congress.
Yeah. Well, he also doesn't
preservation.
He also doesn't like Django Unchained, so he can fuck off.
He didn't watch Django Unchained.
Well, he hates the idea of it.
He hates the idea of it. Yeah, and he's a great filmmaker too.
You know,
so I don't want to shit on Spike Lee too much.
I hate the idea of him, and I haven't watched any of his movies. I don't think.
No, he's a good filmmaker.
I don't think it's intentional. I just haven't
watched it. Okay.
Yeah.
It is tough with that Birth of a Nation movie because for what it did at the time historically, super important for the art form and culturally, not good for the culture but important to the culture's history that it existed. In a sort of like looking back on, well, the KKK was revitalized because of the extreme popularity of this movie, which also created the epic and also made movies a thing that was something that affected pop culture. And the movie is well made. And
it is surprisingly interesting of a movie considering how old it is.
So I disagree with Spike Lee's opinion that it shouldn't be preserved because it should be as a piece of history. It's not a pretty piece of history because the movie is downright disgustingly racist.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is. But that doesn't mean it doesn't have good qualities. Going back to the Billboards thing.
It does have good qualities. I don't think Billboards is an evil movie, though.
No, I don't either.
Legitimately,
I think it's very realistic.
Legitimately, there is a strong racist point of view
in Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a Nation.
I guess that is the where we have to draw the line.
Yeah. Now,
one of them is certainly a racist.
A true racist movie, Schweiss. If you see this thing, all the black guys that were freed, now totally rapists. There's a section where the white female protagonist has to run away from the black guy, and the KKK saves her from being raped by the black guy. And there's a juxtaposition of the image of Christ with a KKK gathering in this movie.
It's pretty fucked up.
So in modern context, and actually back then it was called racist then in 1918. It's not a pretty sight. Just be like, oh.
Well, I mean, racist is racist, no matter what the date.
This movie does have an evil point of view. So, back and forth on that one. I can't really recommend it as like casual. Have fun with this.
A date night
movie watch.
Have
This is
fun
more of
with this.
you have to be into film history or cultural history.
Yeah, because that movie's like, what,
sit down
4 hours of silence and racism?
It's a silent movie. It did, however, create the epic. It's like a first movie over 3 hours.
Which was the thing for a
that
fucking
widely
ever.
released, and then it's a historical movie as well. It's got multiple plot lines. It's about two different families from the North and the South and the Civil War. Yeah, I mean, it's an important movie, but it's
yeah. Yeah, so I
definitely
hate the
doesn't
Academy.
make you feel good watching it.
I hate the Academy.
So you hate the Academy. Okay.
But I hope to one day be part of it through Joe. I just need. What do I need to be nominated for?
You need to.
So I need to learn how to act.
I'm not entirely sure.
I need to learn how to act and then be nominated for best
I
supporting
know if you
actor.
are nominated, I think you're in it.
So that's what I need to do. I need to read that Michael Caine book, and I'll have everything I need because he's one of the best actors that's ever lived. And yeah, I should be good.
Would my opinions change if I was the target of the racism?
No.
I've watched a lot of foreign movies that don't look on white people too well. I don't really feel like I need to censor it.
For what? As far as removing the movie? Is that what you're asking, Alistair? Or
yeah, I'm not sure what he's asking.
Yeah, that's a tough question to answer without the complete context.
I don't think that my opinions would change because it's not. It's still a piece of history. I mean, it's like no matter what the racist type thing is, I'm not gonna hate it just because like I'm not gonna like if I.
That's a hard question to ask. Just because if you're a completely different person from who you are now, would your opinions change?
Yeah, that is basically what it's being asked of us, which we can't answer.
Yeah.
If that much importance is placed
if we're
on,
still basically us, just a different color, then I mean,
I don't know.
I think the idea of the question is that we wouldn't be us, though, which I think is absurd.
Well, we would be us. We would be us.
I know.
But with
I
the
think we would be
experience
us,
of not
too.
being the same color.
No, let's just say
we would still be us.
No. Let's just say,
Like
put you, Craig. You are one who
Schweiss.
gets fired up when things are against you and against your way. So if you had to
That's
live
true.
life when with everyone being racist against you, would your opinion change? Would you
Everybody,
No,
okay,
okay,
everybody
so-
makes fun of you for being fat.
They do that anyway.
Okay.
I don't fucking
All right.
care.
All right.
I do it myself. Like if I was a black dude and everybody was against me for being black, I would make black jokes.
Okay.
I would do that all the time, just like I make fat jokes.
As a defense mechanism.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know.
I don't really care. I mean, I don't care what other people say. It's just a.
Oh, he means, would we think it's easy to say a film is still great despite the racist qualities if the racist qualities were aimed at you? Well, the problem is this, Alistair. The problem is there are a lot of things that go into making a film great. There's great screenplay. There's great directing. There's great acting. There's there's a lot of great things. And like, so Gran Torino is a very racist movie. Gran Torino is a great movie for a lot of reasons. Clint Eastwood is excellent. The script is very well written. The filming is awesome. The only bad thing about that movie is the fucking actors who he is racist against. Generally, they're bad.
Yeah, the kids are bad.
They suck. They're fucking horrible. He is a racist in the movie. And yeah, it is kind of a racist movie.
You see this with books all the time getting banned in schools because of what's written in them. But then they keep becoming unbanned because some people go, hey, they're great books and it's a great part of history. You just can't ignore your past.
There is a difference to me between a movie that is putting forward a racist point of view in a positive manner, like Birth of a Nation.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Versus a movie where the characters are flawed, and one of those flaws may be that the character in the movie, even though you might be rooting for this person, is racist. There's a difference between those things. There's a difference between a character in a movie and their point of view versus the movie's point of view or message. I certainly do not think that, remember, the racist character in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri is the dumbest and most horrible person in that movie.
Yeah.
Right?
The girl is pretty close, but he is definitely way worse.
And also Clint Eastwood's character
is
in
horrible,
Gran Turismo is not a good person.
Yeah, he's got major PTSD from his wartime. He's heartless because his wife died. It's not glorifying his racist ways. It's showing that you can still do good even though you're a racist asshole.
Well, and the thing is with his character is that he is slightly less racist by the end of the movie.
Yeah, he does change.
So
but the Billboards guy
change
doesn't change. So if anyone should be pissed, they should be pissed about the fucking Eastwood movie. But no one mentions that ever. So it's absurd to me that people get all riled up saying that the movie justifies racism because it has a guy that they have do good things who was racist at the beginning. He's still racist at the end, and he's still a racist asshole. Started as a racist asshole, continued as a racist asshole, movie ended, he's a racist asshole.
Yeah, I don't think a movie with racist characters equals movie is racist.
Yeah, and that's what really pissed me off about
And you know what?
that.
It probably is definitely not, because the author of the movie, the screenwriter, was like, we're going to explore this dark side of humanity. Certainly, they didn't think that in 1918 when they made Birth of a Nation, but they do think that when a guy is racist in a movie, there's a reason for it. The screenwriter's not dumb.
Yeah. And the whole idea behind...
The screenwriter's not an angry English major who's been working in Hollywood for the last 10 years and just like in hell. He's not writing this thing for no reason.
Yeah.
There's a reason for whatever he's trying to, him or her, whatever they're trying to explore.
And the whole point of that movie to me was people are shitty and people are good at the same time. Because every character was real. And that's what I like so much about Game of Thrones is they're good and they're fucking evil sometimes. That's just them. There are very few purely evil and purely good characters in it, and that's something that I love about it. It's something that I hate about
totally agree.
Almost everything else.
And you know what? There's plenty of movies that don't have that kind of complicated inner human nature thing that are perfectly enjoyable, and you don't necessarily. If you're a person who's too sensitive for that type of stuff, just don't watch that type of movie. Three Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri. Not a movie for sensitive folks.
Yeah, it's intense. Yeah.
Not a movie who cannot handle a racist, horrible character
or a lot of language.
Or a ton
intense
of language or a lot of violence, and like a whole bunch of reasons not to watch it. What the fuck are you guys doing? Craig and Cameron are whispering to each other. As if the mic is not 4 inches away from their face and I can't hear it.
It's fine.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Anyway, I think we've had enough on our Hollywood tirade today.
Yeah. Go see the movies, though. They're great.
3 Billboards especially.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but if you can, you should. It's good.
Yep. Okay. NudeClan.net is where you go. audibletrial.com/NudeClan is a great way to support the show, as well as our Patreon and through the Amazon link, if you can do that as well. We also have our store open on TeePublic, so got a few things on there you can go pick up. We still need one person to order something off of Cafe Press, so just search Nude Clan on Cafe Press and feel free to buy a hat so that we can get paid. You can tweet me at Joseph DeGolier.
Me at Obsidian Ba.
Me at Nude Clan Cam.
Me at UFF Podcast.
And you can tweet the show at Nude Clan Podcast on Twitter as well. We do have a Facebook page. You know where to find that. And anyways, I think that's it for this week. Oh, shit. We got nominees.
Yeah, and quick thanks to Simon Betts and Greg Smith for your recent pledges on Patreon. Thanks a lot, guys. We appreciate it. The money goes to good use. Oh, you joined it a little while ago. Oh, yeah, the issue that started it was, we explained it. You explained it.
Are you guys in FaZe Clan? What?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't fucking know.
What's going on? All right. Our nominees for next time were from Patreon donor, our friend Dylan. He nominated a bunch of Nintendo games for us. So this will be on the Nude Clan Twitter.
And it'll be for Joe,
5 minutes.
Joe and I.
Paper Mario, 1,000-Year Door, Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, Super Metroid, and Super Mario Galaxy. So I am willing to play all those games.
Well, that's good. I'm glad.
So Link to the Past, and I'm not gonna complain about having to play any of these games. Link to the Past and Super Metroid, I will. I gotta see about how I'm gonna play those, but
You can play them on the Wii.
There's no save states on the Wii. And
You're not going to have save states for either
those are
of those.
Super NES games.
You know better.
And I know better. I know there's only a certain amount of frustration I can take.
Well, Link to the Past is
I'm playing
much,
a Digimon game.
much better than the OG Legend of Zelda. So, there's that. You won't have as much trouble. Although it is
actually
difficult.
Dylan says it's harder.
It is harder.
In which case, I need save states.
It is harder, but you can save anywhere, I think. If I remember right.
We'll fucking see. I'll decide for myself. Anyway, I will not use any other mechanisms, just save states.
I think, honestly, the hardest one on that list would probably be Super Metroid.
Yeah, maybe. The one I want to play the most is Super Mario Galaxy, because I have it. I haven't played it.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, go vote for that on Twitter. We'll see you next week.
Enjoy the nude.
May the list go on.
Live always in the delayed nude.
Fuck off. Fuck off.